everything.
Wait.
It's gonna be live with 3.
Wait.
Oh, we're live now.
3, 2,
We're live now. Okay.
We're live now.
How about now? Are we in
I don't know if
3?
my
We're
door was
live
open
live.
again. I don't know. Kids might run in here.
Wait. So I like our mics are hot though, right? Like
Our
so
mics are I can mute it, but I think they like this.
This is how we do it here. This is the BOOMcast.
This is
Most
definitely how we
Friday,
do it.
9 p.m. Pacific, and we're late every time. But this time only by 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, we're like on point.
No, Mike, there's no such thing as pretty on time.
Man, what the hell? I just got gifted a sub to David-Frank Drums.
Who?
1 minute ago. I don't know. Who the hell is that?
You know you have to have been there at some point.
Wait, what BOOMcast number is this?
This is number 47.
Damn, let's go.
Wait,
I looked at it.
That has to be front page then, right? I'm going front page, seeing what it. Yep. All right, it's front page. Okay.
There you go, Ricky.
I'm turning him up though.
Doink.
Fuck it. I'm a sub in his channel. I gotta turn him up.
Damn. We're doing got us up. I don't hear no music. Are we supposed to hear the music? We never hear the music in the intro.
We never hear.
Yeah, you guys don't hear
Man,
the
we
music.
miss out on the good shit.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So this should be pumping, man. They always be using this song for the trailers. But all right, let's bring it in early.
Wow, we're wrapping it up right.
Wow.
It's
Alright.
so good. We had to cut it off.
Woo.
Pumping so good, we had to cut it off.
That
Hey, did you
song
guys retweet the tweet?
go crazy. Right
Yes,
now?
boss.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
boss.
Yes, boss. Get him, Birdie.
Yeah,
Tag us in it,
Too
though.
many tabs to
What?
deal with. Where's the...
I tagged your in the images.
No, you
Did
didn't.
you? I don't see shit.
No, you just
I
put
don't
the
see no
tweet. You
notification,
didn't tag
bro.
us.
I'm not
No,
retweeting that.
you
My
just
name's not connected to it.
tweeted. You didn't tag us.
I
Yeah.
tagged you.
No, it's not
I didn't see
tagged.
it.
Wow, I tagged you.
No, I'm literally looking at
Yeah,
the tweet.
I'm looking at it right
I'm
now.
looking at
I'm
it too.
retweeting
There's
it
no tags
from your
there.
account.
Wow, I'm sorry. I did it. I swear I did it.
Oh,
All good.
Yeah,
All
I'm
good.
heading
God,
up that. I'm
days.
retweeting that.
All right,
I'm-
we're
I'm-
here.
delete it and retweet it.
No,
You're gonna
put our names in the
retweet it?
replies.
Oh
I am.
man,
That's exactly
there
what
we
I'm
go.
There you
There
go.
we go. Easy. So we already found the tweet, retweeted it anyways. But
Yeah, I'm retweeting already. I'll put my name in there.
See, I got Z the CEO to
It's-
retweet it. Screw you
dude.
guys, man.
it's
you
been
go.
a minute, man. Boomcast is hard. Streaming's a blow.
All right.
But man, we're here. I think it's episode 47. I think. Yeah.
I'm usually wrong on it, and I'm the one who updated the number this time.
Dude, I could have sworn we got up to 50 by now, but I guess
I thought we went past 48 at some point.
I thought
so
we were
I looked at
past
Jin
50.
the one that tells us? We need Jin to tell us.
Okay, so I went to the YouTube channel and I looked at the latest number I found. There's a playlist there, and it's the highest number in the playlist. The playlist has 50 videos, but it ends at 46. So I don't know how that works.
I think we had some special ones where we didn't put a
Yeah.
number on it. Like,
Yeah.
Why would we not put a number on it?
I
What
don't know.
made those so special?
It's
'Cause
probably
we
like
were-
one where we were talking
travel
about
logs,
our
breaking
stories
news
or
one.
something.
Yeah. But yeah, we're back. Episode 47, we think. Crazy stuff has happened in the Tekken world and in the fighting game world. Last weekend, we had EVO 2022. And yeah, offline is back. You know, I think the event went great. There was a lot of fighting game action going on all weekend. Like, we were packed, dude. Like, I felt like we were running around like a chicken with the head cut off. Yeah, it was crazy. We all got to do like some commentary there. Suiken was doing IRL streaming as well to bring you guys to stream at home, even with like, you know, all those people there and the like not so great service on his phone connection and all that. Even through all that, he was bringing you guys
Hey,
the
make
action
way,
at home.
rip here, everybody.
Make way, Suiken and Ribs here.
Rip here. Hey, make a hole. This
But
one
yeah,
needs to record.
before
Make a hole.
make a hole, mosh pit.
What are you
Yeah.
doing, basically?
Dude, the Saturday matches were crazy. I still haven't even caught up on everything. Dude, it's nuts.
Yeah.
There's
I've been uploading a bunch
so
now.
much. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much stuff. Like, I even have our YouTube channel right here. So if you guys want to
There
catch
you
some of the
go.
off-stream
There you
matches,
go.
boom. We got
Give
Yeah,
this
shout
guy
out
a
up
to
to
I didn't
raise.
see the
five.
latest one there.
Yeah, up to one,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, and it's all like a group of matches that you
So-
didn't get to see on stream.
Let me speak real quick. So Sony let us borrow these. Me and Suiken, they let us borrow these crazy Sony cell phones that have like ridiculous cameras on them. That have like manual optical zoom and everything. So
Ridiculous.
they let us borrow it. I was obviously still commentating and stuff. I'm busy, but BL went out and he took a lot of that footage. So BL is a monster. Shout outs to BL for grabbing, I would say, basically all of that footage there. Jin was also, the YouTube guy, Jin4576, he was also planted himself behind his chair, behind one of the stream sessions. Like, I'm sitting here, no one's getting my way. He just recorded everything there too.
Hands were all shaking and shit.
Yeah, I don't even think those matches are up yet. So
Damn, there's
I think
more?
the first that we have there are just the ones from the Sony cameras, and then we got more footage coming up later as well.
Yeah, those cameras are crazy. But yeah, that's really cool. If you guys missed out on some action, like you were, if you want to feel like you were there, because I was there on Saturday and I still missed out on a bunch of stuff too. So I definitely want to go back and watch a couple of these matches. But
walking around the EVO venue felt like a like a marathon, dude. The fact that the tournament area was like the furthest from the entrance.
The back.
You just walk in there, your feet hurt, and you just going all the way over there.
Dude, the convention was the biggest it's ever been. It's like the same hallway, right? The whole ballroom or whatever. But like the convention floor, like they opened all the gates. They opened it from wall to wall. It was huge. And then the right side was like all the convention stuff. And then they had more booths and all that stuff than ever. They had like Street Fighter 6 that you could try out. And yeah, they had a bunch of stuff, man. They had a JoJo booth that I got to do commentary for. And then on the left side, boom, hella stations, hella like tournament stations. They had 6 screens on the side and like a main screen in the middle and the back. It was huge. I've never seen EVO so big before.
And like just walking around, like since we've been to so many, it was totally such a different vibe because it was not just it really felt like a small convention with a big atmosphere. And looking at all the people coming in, a lot of people were coming in to look, watch, and then you got players. They also had like artist alleys, and they had like stuff they were selling. Like 10-0 booth was packed every day I went there. I went every day, right? And every time I came in there, it was always these people sneaking in to buy merch first. And they went to the 10-0 booth. And then I was all like, I was IRL streaming, and I kept telling everyone, buy it now, because everyone was buying like in bulk. Like people were buying 2 or 3 shirts. People were buying jackets, the new jackets.
Windbreakers, yeah.
Windbreaker, they were buying in bulk. I mean, I remember when Sephi Black came, I was like trolling this fool, but he was in line. He was still kind of further out, and I was like, "Yo, what up, Sephi?" He's like, "Hey, Suiken, what's up? What are you trying to buy?" He's like, "I'm trying to get a jacket." I was like, "Bro, this guy over here just bought like 20 of them." Like, I'm just trolling him, right? Just trolling him, right? And it's like, I don't even know, what size are you? What size are you? He's like, I'm a large. And I was like, let me pull some strings. I turned the corner. No one's looking at me. I'm pretending. Hey, hold. How many do you want, Sevi? 2? 2. Hold 2 for my boy. What color? Black. 2 black. You got me? Okay, cool. And I turn around. Steffi, you're good, man. Don't worry. You'll have it up.
So stupid.
He goes up there and they only have red anyway.
Yeah.
We got Luca in the chat right now, and he was actually working at the booth, and he said all the black windbrokers sold out on Friday.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man. I think I have a red one. I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's with the 10-0 people somewhere. I'm pretty sure that if it's
I got
up
one.
in NorCal for a little
I
bit.
I got one, and then I bought one for sure. I bought them, yeah. And I bought my brother one too.
Yeah, they're dope.
It's really nice.
I mean, even outside of that, right? Like all the vendors and the artist alleys and stuff. Like there was that sick area with all the arcade cabs and shit.
Dude, I'm so sad I didn't get to play anything.
I'll be honest, I'm not that sad. That kind of looked like a hotspot for COVID, so I kind of
agree completely. I was so busy the whole weekend, right? But right before I had like a little gap, and the PlayStation area was right next to the arcade section, and the first machine on the side there was a puzzle fighter one, and some dude was sitting there. I was like, that guy's ass. And I was just telling Mike, and Mike's like, go do it. I'm like, nah, it's a COVID hotspot, bro. I ain't going near there.
Dude, I walked around. I was like, man, all these games look so sick. It's like it's nostalgia, right? You seeing all these old games and the arcade feel, right? And seeing just random people just playing. I was like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
I'm not touching it, but I'm glad other people are enjoying it. Because there's a lot of cool shit in there, right? And seeing like people, I think they even had the DR tournament in there. Bloodhawk, I think, won it, right? So a lot of cool shit happening overall at EVO, and not even just the tournaments, but this year was definitely felt different, right? It felt bigger than it's ever been, which is crazy to even think about, considering like this is like its return to offline too. I thought it was gonna be, I thought there would be a little, a little meager, right? Be like, all right, well, we don't know how it's gonna be. Maybe we'll downsize it a little bit. They made it bigger. They were like, nah, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's also the first time they're with Sony, right?
Yeah.
So it's the first time partnering with Sony that they did one. So yeah, it was bigger. And I totally agree. It was a different feel for EVO. Like, it's been getting larger and larger the last few times it's been offline. So it was the same spot if you've been there in like 2019 or something. But as Mike was saying, they opened up all the gates. Like, they extended it all the way. When you walked in there, like, you couldn't really see the whole place. Like, you had to be like, what's all the way down there? I don't know. There's some sponsor booths in the way. Let me walk over there, and then I can see the rest of that section. And even myself, like, when you walk in, I never saw the right side. I never went over there. It was just like a complete separate
You never
part.
got your free Bud Light seltzer?
No, dude,
I missed out on that too.
entire sponsor section, really. Like, because I was just the Street Fighter 6 area we went to. Obviously, we played some Street Fighter 6. We might talk about that a little bit. I don't know. And then we went to the Multiverses area. I commentated there, and then after that was all in the gaming area, basically. So I missed out on all the PlayStation stuff, or all the sponsor area around the PlayStation stuff. Bloodline had booth babes, like it was 2010.
Mm-hmm.
They did? I missed that too. I missed that too.
No one told us.
I heard that they were giving out some free Bud Lights, but I missed out on it too.
Yeah, I mean it was the Bud Light seltzer. It tastes like seltzer water. Honestly,
So you had it.
Yeah, I had one can. I drank it real fast, and it was like.
So you're the one who didn't tell us about the babes. I see what's happening here, Ricky. Sorry, ladies.
Sorry, ladies.
Well, I mean, you guys are the ladies at this point. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I couldn't help you get drunk, but you guys
You're
weren't
always
around.
trying to keep us away from the ladies, Ricky. That's what it is.
You guys weren't around. I was walking around, and then I saw the
You never told us the whole weekend.
But then I forgot too, man. Come on, dude.
There was a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, big shout outs though. Yeah, the water bottles and the water stations. Oh my God, the water stations were.
Ricky, did you ever pick up your water bottle?
Never got one.
I didn't pick up mine either. Hey, if anybody from Gaming Generations is watching this, me and Ricky paid for this. We didn't get nothing. We just didn't have time to pick it up. Damn, dude.
Yeah, I'll tell them. Hey, 2 for my boys.
Oh yeah,
over here.
thanks.
Okay?
Thanks. Yeah, you got it. Ricky Suiken's got it, bro. It's all good.
Yeah, I got you. 2 for my boys over there. All right, cool. Hey, shout out to Gaming Generations for putting me out there today again this EVO. Dude, Arslan hated it. Every minute of it, he walked by. He specifically walked around the other side to avoid me, just because
just
like
walk by your picture just like this, just covered it.
If you guys haven't seen the Gaming Generation booth, they got this giant ass image of Suiken holding up an American flag.
It's been there. It's been on the booth like every year at EVO.
Oh yeah, and Rick's gangling finger.
Yeah, my finger's right there.
I never noticed that until you pointed it out. It's like, yeah, that finger right under Suiken's face, that's me.
Pointing at the flag.
I was like,
right there.
oh my God, why couldn't I should have known. I've known that finger anywhere.
And because of how close your finger was to the camera, the finger's as tall as me. It's like gross, dude. It's just like
it was.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
A lot of funny times, man. Like, dude, EVO, the size and scale of everything, and just, I felt like there was so much stuff going on. I had like my pools on Friday, and then like I disappeared for Saturday to do JoJo's, and then I come back and like everybody's like killing each other in the last like top 48. Like, bro, the competition's been crazy. But
the tournament itself, at least for Tekken, like. It was pretty crazy just seeing the results that happened around the venue, right? You know, a lot of you know, things we expected, right? Like Knee doing well and all this, but Shinblade over Kokoma, what the hell?
Dude, the upsets were tight.
I mean, there's so many.
Joe Crush over Chico.
Joe Crush and beating Chico was tight.
That was pretty tight.
Shadow over Arslan 6-0.
Kaiser versus Sephi. Like, there's a
But then you have to even think about the upsets too the other way, right? Like Anakin not making top 8 as well. Shadow, right? They're both winner side.
That wasn't a crazy upset though, right?
Yeah, it's not an upset, right?
It's just that they're hard path or hard matches, etc.
It's hard to watch, especially knowing how close they both were. It felt like to making top 8, right?
Right.
Shadow had like 2-round lead on Super Akuma in the winner side. Just had to win one more round. Super Akuma clutched it out, you know.
Yeah.
Same. I think it was like something like that with Anakin too, right? I'm not sure how close his set with Khan was, but it felt close. So I was like, yeah. So damn, it's like they were so close to being on the winner side too, and they fell out to 9th place. Yeah. That one hurts.
It was crazy.
Yeah, like when I was IRL streaming it, you can feel in the air, and you guys were there. But to tell everybody in the chat that who wasn't in there, like there was you could feel this intensity that people wanted to make it in, but it was just too hard. Like people were just falling apart. People getting like the chanting. is getting to a lot of people. People got like
Bro,
stage fright and all that stuff.
CDX could have talked to anybody. I was watching CDX during the middle of the tournament. Was like he was so focused or scared. I don't know which one, but he just would not engage in conversation with the single person. He would just sit there and just be like,
yeah, stone cold. He didn't want to do anything.
No talking. Not here. Not now.
I don't talk today.
He's out of his comfort zone, man. Offline is still like the foreign territory for him. But dude, the tournament was insane. And then, oh, man, everybody's runs. And then we had the finals. But, man, anything about EVO Day 1 and 2 you guys want to talk about? We went to the after party after Saturday. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was great. Yeah, we all got free alcohol out there.
Suiken was wasted. Yeah.
Suiken. Yeah, I got.
Suiken was. I was not. Look,
dude,
if I was wasted, like, I'd be doing.
Dude, you were leaning on the sofa like this on your phone. You were just like.
I'm leaning right now. I'm always leaning.
No. And then you had this look on your face. You were just like. And then you would tap me and you would tap me and be like, when are we gonna go eat?
We're chilling. We're having a great time. That's me normal. That's normal. That's normal me. That redness, that's me too. That's all me right there. All red.
That's that Kenny shade.
Yeah, the Kenny shade of Kenny over here.
No one messes with BL though. With the color of Kenny. BL was rocking
BL
back.
at the after party.
Oh yeah, BL was gone too.
Yeah. He found some girl's bra.
Anyways, like the after party was pretty fun. Everyone had a lot of drink. We got some Mexican food. Ricky, you want to tell us about the rest?
Yeah. Take us away, Ricky. It was a dark and stormy night.
Dude,
no.
Oh man.
It wasn't dark and stormy. It was rough. That's how it was. It was
That's
rough.
for sure. Yeah.
That shit was crazy. That was a crazy part of the trip.
I cannot get the picture of Gary's slide. It just the slide. I just imagine it now with my feet in the air. Oh, it was perfect.
Oh my god! If you guys don't know what happened, Run It Black challenged me to a race. I was not gonna do it. Somehow Ricky started talking trash. He challenges me that he would beat me or whatever. I know I'm not going. We said Mexican food and everything.
Dude, we were hella full off the Mexican food too. We were like stuffed.
Yeah.
Light turns green. Ricky just, he's gone, dude. He's flying. Honestly, Ricky, I don't know if I told you, but I didn't know you could run that fast.
Nobody did. That was impressive.
But let's be honest. I didn't know I could run that fast either. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I ate shit.
And also, that intersection is very wide. You know, it's like 3 or 4 lanes across on each side. So it's like a 6 to 8 lane road. There.
Yeah, it was like a
boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky, he made it over halfway. And just when I was starting to turn away from it, you know.
Dude, dude, that's what I mean. I was already turning away from it, and next thing I know, I don't see Ricky. All I saw were the soles of his shoes just like shining like headlights into my face, and I was like, where the hell is the rest of Ricky's body? And it didn't register. I was like, Ricky! No!
I was like, damn, like Boys in the Hood, I got shot. Yeah, dude.
It was so funny.
Basically, you did get sniped.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we crossed the street. Ricky's right on his feet. He's like, jump around like he's okay and shit. We all know he's in pain.
He was fucking in pain. We were like,
Suka's like,
no.
He looks like he was running in Call of Duty and somebody sniped him.
The physical pain. I'll be honest. The physical pain not as bad as it looked. I felt pretty good. Pride, that shit took a big hit though. With trust.
Dude, I was like, he did the Gaddy slide. That shit was too
good. Bro, I went over to Ricky. I said, Ricky, you okay? Fuck you, man. Don't talk to me.
Say that. Calm down, bro. How the fuck can I talk shit after eating shit? There's no way. I have to hold out.
Because I was trying to dad up on you, you know? I was like, hey, Ricky, you okay? Dude, let me get some Band-Aids from my bag real quick. Man, shut up.
Dude, that shit was crazy.
Bro, I don't need you. I don't need Nurse Suiken to come and, kiss the boo-boo, all right? Shut the fuck up. I'm okay.
Dude, you know the Anna move we were talking about yesterday, treading water? Like, he was definitely doing the treading water IRL.
Backwards?
I swear he took like 3 or 4 steps in the air. I was like, how did he do it?
No. It's not how did he do that. It's he tried to touch the ground and the ground wasn't there.
Like you never told us your perspective really.
Yeah.
You're
Because
running
the
across
perspective
the
was
street.
I saw the asphalt.
But I mean,
What
you're
am I supposed to tell
running
you?
like you're running hella fast.
Yeah.
And then when did you notice that you were
You're
in
losing
trouble?
control and shit.
When I threw my right foot and
It
it
was
touched
no
nothing but air.
ground.
When that happened, I was like,
When he
well,
felt like he was flying.
I'm gonna eat shit.
That shit was
I know,
crazy.
but
You
I'm
fucking
so
flashed over here.
I'm so thankful I caught myself with my hands. Because if I caught myself with my
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
Everything stayed on, which was crazy. Yeah, that was
I
pretty
wouldn't.
nice.
No.
Shoes stayed on. That's how we knew for sure you didn't die.
It's Tekken 8. You guys would never see me. I'd have to recover my face first.
Oh man. Damn.
Not much to recover.
And did you were you trying to race the whole way? Like, did you not realize no one else was running with you?
At a certain point, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm already going too fast. It's gonna hurt to stop."
I'll make
But
it a
it-
personal
it-
best.
it-
No one's crossed the intersection in this fast in their life.
But I saw you guzzling your soda, and then you were like pounding it. And I was
He's
like,
like,
why the fuck
it's
is
like
this guy
as soon as
pounding
this
his
shit
soda?
turns green.
Yeah. And when he crushes the soda fucking cup and throws that shit to the side, I was like, oh,
It's like,
shit.
I'm not carrying this to the other side. I don't need this. I need to drink this now. Get my money.
And he
worth.
was fucking God. I was like, woo, look at him. He's about to go into the next multiverse and shit.
he's,
Yeah, I mean,
he's skipping the
but
time stream.
Yeah.
Going back to day 1, day 2 Evo, man. I don't know. Everything else felt pretty normal to me. Like, obviously the venue was different. It gives off a different vibe. I feel like Evo's kind of reached this point where it's so large that I don't. It's not as fun of an event for me. Even when I'm like competing in it, you know, like when I was at Combo Breaker, for example, this year, and Suiken, you were streaming at Combo Breaker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Evo feels like Combo Breaker times 2, you know, maybe times 3. I don't know, just in terms of scope and size. But when you're at Combo Breaker, it's like if you stood in the middle, you could like just look around, you can like see everything.
Yeah.
There's no spot in Evo where you can stand in the middle and turn around and see everything.
You had
Because
to
there's
walk.
too much stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was just a different vibe of the overall event to me because of that.
I think as a perspective, not like for a player, but a perspective of someone looking at it that's first time, it's alluring. I think it's very attractive that people come in and see it and be like I bummed into a lot. I did a couple giveaways for Astro to a bunch of kids, and there was their first time there, and they said, has it always been like this? And I said, no. It came from a small college like
You gotta show them
Cal
that
Poly
picture of
Pomona.
Tropicana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2008 Tropicana, yeah.
Where grand final Sundays was like 4 rows of seats, and you could clearly see the back of the venue. It was like empty as shit.
Yeah. And now
You could see
we're
people
at,
sitting in the background.
we're at the point where we can't even see the background anywhere, you know?
Yep.
And that's such a eye-opener to me, like to think about, wow, we've come a long way. But these are the new generation, and they're enjoying it. And the parents are bringing their kids, and they came all the way from Australia. I remember talking to these folks, and they were astonished. They were never seen anything at this capacity in terms of video games, like especially fighting games, right?
Super
Not a
cool.
capacity they've ever seen. So that really was like, okay, this is really cool to see. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and harboring back a little bit on the booths and stuff too. Like they had like a wall of prehistoric arcade sticks and shit. Like that was one of my favorite museums personally. There, like one of the favorite booths. It was just like seeing all these generational sticks. Like they had the T5 anniversary stick. They had the blue Vulix I always wanted. They had like a golden TE from like the previous
They had a
years.
stick that we all signed in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
That was cool, too.
Obsidian, like stuff like that was really cool for me, and like the cabs, like we were talking about. So it's just like, it's like it's bigger than ever, but it's like they still incorporated like all the grassroots stuff that we came in love for, like the arcades, the stick collection, like different eras of like fighting games.
The funny part about that stick area too, like people seeing all the old sticks, right? So every time I stood nearby the moss sticks, people treat that shit like it was a caveman like tool. It was like, oh, look at this monstrosity. People play on this thing. Dude.
fire.
I'm sitting there like, bro, what? Like they're acting like this is man's first tool ever.
Yeah.
First
Did you
wheel.
have one?
I had a moss stick. Yeah, I had a
You
moss
had
stick.
one?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
and my
those
friend
things.
Chojin used to have one. I used to play on it a lot, and they were huge, dude.
Yeah, they were not. They were caveman tools.
They were
I mean, for
caveman
real.
tools compared to what we have nowadays, for sure.
But they were. But those are the sturdiest. You could sit on
Yeah.
them. That was your stool.
Yeah, that was your carry around stool at the tournament back then. Exactly.
I remember, seeing people put the Boss sticks on their side and just sitting on them. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's cool stuff at EVO, man. Like, just like the boots, the tournament area, it's just biggest scale ever. So, if you're a first time fighting game player, and even like for a lot of Tekken players, it was their first time out at EVO as well. So it's really cool to see.
It's really interesting because there is that 3-year gap, right? So it's a 3-year gap. We have a lot of new players for all fighting games, I'm sure, not just Tekken, that are like, I want to go to compete. EVO is this thing I'm hearing about, right? Like, a lot of people probably started in 3 years. Like, that's enough of a time where you can become like a nobody to someone who wants to learn to compete and go to an EVO. So like that kind of experience for them now is just wild. And I also see No Pass Chat saying that there was very small amount of people playing on sticks this year, and I felt like this is the year where it's kind of turning, where I'm really feeling like sticks are old now.
It really felt like that.
I'm the old man. I want to play on sticks still. I want fighting games to be designed for stick and everything. But I'm also like, maybe I should try this guy out a little bit.
Let me borrow it. Send that over my way. Let me try it for a
No. I got it right here for me, Mike. Old man,
Snack box, please.
It didn't feel like that all to me.
Right?
Dude, yeah, they had
feel like that to you?
No, I mean like
because someone stole my stick.
Oh,
somebody stole your...
Yeah.
Or it went missing. We don't know yet completely, right?
I mean, it went missing.
If it was missing, I think somebody would have noticed it by now.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it packed away? Isn't that what they told you? Like, it might still show up?
How can you pack a stick away? Think about it,
like
Mike.
that, too.
Yeah.
That's a white stick. It's bright white.
And it has Boom Squad, the sticker. I posted a picture of it. Like,
you know what's crazy to me about that, too? It's just like, how are they going to ever show up at a local with that stick? You know, it's just like...
That was a prototype.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a prototype, and it actually is like, it's etched, like there's a number on it and everything. You can't get rid of it. It's Anyways, whatever.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Yeah, it sucks for Suiken, man. He lost his stick at EVO, but hopefully, if you have a change of heart, whoever might have it, send it back to my man.
If Snapbox wants to sponsor Suiken to become a Hitbox player or something,
Let's see where this is going.
Hitbox, that's going to be the direction for Project L, 100%.
Dude, what if Hitbox, like this kind of a Hitbox, what if this is the Moss stick of Hitboxes?
It's kind of going that way. It is going that way. It is going that way.
You have this fat ass thing like this? That's
they have the Paradise arcade shop, the Paradise, shop one, where it's like, it's like it's a little bigger than the Snackbox Micro, but it's really flat, really compact still, and it's like highly customizable. People love that, and obviously the Snackbox Micro, they had the EVO edition that I saw a bunch of people walking around with. I even saw a bunch of people just carrying a brand new Hitbox in the box at EVO. I've seen so many people with just like a brand new Hitbox walking around, or the Snackbox Micro. This year more than ever, I definitely felt that. It's just like, are we losing stick players? Like, I was talking to the guy, because like Suiken and I, we went in early on Thursday, right? And then I was talking to the guy that was setting up the stick arcade museum, right? And I was just like, man, this exhibit's so cool. I wish sticks never go away. And he was like, as long as I'm around, we're never gonna lose stick players. And I was like, I hope so, man, because everybody out here has a fucking Hitbox, bro. Like,
there's a reason they were in the museum, Mike.
Yeah.
Right there next to the dinosaur bones. Jurassic Park music playing.
No!
Damn, these.
The way dinosaurs roam the earth.
It depends on what game it is. Right now, Tekken's holding on. It's not a Hitbox game yet, right? Only one Hitbox player made top 8.
Yep.
Korean sticks have defended the turf time and time again. NFTs, whatever. Top 8, look at it, actually. Top 8, 6 Korean sticks, 1 Japanese stick, 1 Hitbox. So.
Wow.
Yeah, and all the Korean
that's pretty good stats right there, guys.
Hold on. Can you say it again?
Stats
6
guy.
Korean sticks out of 8 players? But we only had, I think, how many Koreans?
Doesn't matter, because you have Arslan using stick,
and Khan,
Korean stick, Khan using Korean stick.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
And then so Super Akuma was the only Hitbox user, and Pena was the only one using Japanese stick.
But I guess the question had in Arslan and Khan, they use Korean sticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Khan uses golden lever. I don't know what Arslan uses.
He uses a 309.
Really?
309, damn, she fine.
Yeah, 309 solid, man.
Suck it to me one more time.
I always recommend the
suck it to me
3.
or suck it to me.
I heard suck it to
little
me.
bit of both.
Suck it to me, suck it to me. That's what I
old.
It just sounds like that, man.
Suck it to me?
Yeah.
This sounds like you want to.
What are you, a bird? Look.
How many pad players? 0 pad players. The pad players were Shadow and Anakin. I think.
Yeah. Almost. They almost
Damn.
made it. It's like crazy runs, man. Like top 48 is a bloodbath.
Can we talk about that seeding thing?
Go ahead, man. Like I know you've been wanting to talk about it because
I'm not gonna go deep with it, all right? But basically, EVO comes out with brackets and they say they allow feedback, right? Where the feedback is supposed to be like, hey man, me and my cousin from some faraway country are in the same pool together side by side. Like, can you guys please change that so we don't have to fly across the world and play each other first round, whatever? Like, that's what the kind of feedback you're supposed to get for. What they did, though, they had top 3 seeds in these pools, right? And the projected results, the software bracket projected results, showed a result that showed Anakin winning. And people on Twitter went, what? You can't have Anakin winning, blah, blah, blah. Arson should be winning. People are complaining about that. The projected software results of the bracket.
From, a website.
As far as I know, because of that, I don't know what other reason it could have been, they swapped the top 3 seeds pools around, right?
Yep.
And that's kind of crazy because that means the top 48 matches played out differently than they could have played out, right? Which affects what gets into the top 8. So that to me is super bizarre. Like, I don't like that at all. And in the future, I think they should really take a look at that because that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, like the way they switched it around, like it looked like pretty much the same except those 3, and then that really shaked it up on that last Monday before they really finalized it. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild.
That's
like,
all.
We could have definitely had a different. We could have had Anakin or Shadow or who knows, right? Like it could have had somebody else in the top 8, but it's that whole topic of seeding right before EVO really got brought up, and then projected. It's projected from Start GG, and then that doesn't mean anything.
Is just the projected just shows who's seeded 1, 2, and 3, right? Which is it's fine. It's like someone has to be seeded 1, but if you're gonna complain about it at that point, it's like. Why? It's like being seeded 1 or 2 is basically the same exact thing. It's just you're gonna get to the end if you beat everyone that you're supposed to beat. So being like all in the bigger, especially in a bigger tournament, it doesn't matter between 1 to 2, right? Because it's like it's not as big of a deal. You don't want to be seeded 49th because that's why you end up like Rip and I.
And speaking of which, like Ice Cold Ombre is bringing up, like Nee and Chanel brought this up, where they were saying that a lot of the Koreans deep in the bracket had to play each other on their path to top 8, so they couldn't have been more Koreans in the top 8 essentially, right? But you can't seed that much essentially. Like they don't even have that much stats. Yeah. So I understand like that sucks, right, for them. But it's the same thing. Like, man, we could have had more SoCal guys if we had spread them out more. Like you can't say that about any region specifically. So it sucks, but. Where is I'm Your Father rank for EVO? Like how do you plan for that and put them in the right spots so that more Koreans can not fight each other in the top 48 of the tournament from 1,200 people?
Yeah, I don't think he was complaining necessarily too much about that. I think it's more just like that specific matchup right between Moil and Nee because that happens every single tournament.
No, they were talking about on the path to top 8.
On the path. The path. Yeah, but. Fucking, they should know that they do that every fucking year. They come here. They come to EVO with 10 players deep. They have to eliminate each other.
Right.
Winners.
And if you guys would just stay on the winner side of the bracket, you wouldn't have to complain about it in the loser side.
But if you really think about it, EVO is a world tournament. But if they go to any other tournament, sure, like there'll be not as many international like Asia players, right? But this one we had hella Asia show up, right? Japan brought a whole crew, not just Yamasa. They brought hella people, right? And then same thing with Korea. And it was bound to happen. And Pakistan only brought 2 people, and those are the 2 that made it into top 8. So,
crazy.
I mean, hey, get good.
Jesus.
Damn.
I mean, I don't know what we got out of this conversation.
Look, my whole thing with it was you shouldn't.
Don't change seeds. I got you.
Don't change seeds based off of Twitter bullshit, especially when it doesn't make sense like this. That's all.
Agreed. But man, like after Saturday and the top 8 qualified, That shit was crazy, dude. So we had, let me see, we had 4 Korea, 1 Japan, 2 Pakistan, and 1 France. Whew.
Ora.
What'd you guys think about the finals, man? That one was crazy.
I think it was pretty predictable right off the rip who was gonna win, because
Yeah.
the way
Really?
Nee was playing that entire weekend, the only person that felt like it could beat him was Arslan, and it was like it felt destined, right? It felt like that had to be the matchup in the grand finals, and so when Arslan lost to Khan, it felt like, fuck it, let's root for Khan for a little bit, and then you watch how sick Nee played, you couldn't not cheer for Nee because you were playing so goddamn good. It was like, fuck it. I have to cheer for that guy or else I'm losing because I don't want to lose. I want to cheer for the winner.
Go ahead.
Going into top 8, looking at the bracket, like everyone thought like Nee Arslan, that's the fated matchup. We're all waiting for this, whatever, right? But when I was looking at the bracket, I was like, dude, Khan, like he doesn't look as unstoppable as needed the whole weekend, but he's beating everybody on his path to making the top 8. And I was like, he could get this done, is what I thought. You know, and so when I saw him get to winter final, I was like, this is possible. Let's see how this goes. And he got a game off of Nee, which I don't think anyone else had done the entire tournament at that point, right? So I was like, it's possible. Then Khan goes against Arslan, and you know, I honestly, usually I would have been like, I want to see the Arslan Nee match here, right? But in this instance, I felt like Arslan looked like so shook the entire tournament, right? Like he's just like struggling his way through. And if he got to Nee, he might have been able to do it, right? But I was like, if Khan does this, I feel like he might actually do good enough to get the reset on Nee and everything, but Nee was on a whole nother level, dude. Like you said, Ricky, he was so unstoppable. Like, every good player he played on the way to top 8, he just smoked them like so bad. They looked like whatever. They're like, oh, you're just like an online scrub top guy,
like,
you know, whatever.
Rickstah, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Black.
Everyone looked like Rickstah, Tim. It was crazy. That's a bad example because you got a game on him at Combo Breaker. You know what I mean? It was much worse. It was like regular online green ranks or something. I was like, dude, this is Joey Fury. He's like, whatever, dude. It's a green rank to me. That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, it was. Sorry, Mike. So like, when the Shadow, when Arslan and Shadow, that was the deciding factor how Arslan was going to perform. I felt personally, right? And the fact that Shadow just put foot to butt, like it was, I was shocked. Like I thought it would be a close game, like super close, but Arslan I just felt like he was just a little behind for some reason, right? Out of character. And then seeing Arslan in the learners bracket in the trenches with all these other people was an eye opener for me because Arslan was he had tweeted out to me, it was me in this other video that we recorded like on the IRL stream, right? And I was cheering for somebody else, but obviously I'm always going to cheer for, you know, everyone. I can't cheer for everybody, right? I'm going to cheer for my favorites, but it was kind of like it would bother Arslan that people were cheering against him, right? And for some reason, I could see it on his face that it was bothering him a lot. And that was something I don't think he's used to, is battling for his life, especially towards the end, you know, like that. He's done it before at EVO when he came to Japan.
When he was making a name for himself still.
Making a name for himself, and he was dominating. But this is the first time I've seen Arslan start
now
sweating
he's
and
established and people are gunning for him. I think even Rip said that like the previous tournaments, like CEO Combo Breaker, right? I guess not CEO Combo Breaker is like, dude, the more we've been seeing of him, or earlier CEO, though not the most recent one, Rip was saying like he looks more and more beatable now. Like Arslan actually looks human now. Like Just Frame James is getting the first game off of him, and then he loses on the Infinite, you know.
I don't like the tone you said. Just
James,
Just Frame James.
I mean that's a pretty good parameter for like.
Right before that, did Ghost Same play him right before that or after?
It was Dritten.
Oh, Dritten.
Yeah, 2 losses. Yeah,
one game too. So I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Dritten and James, both the European James, American Dritten.
European James. Damn,
right?
Oh,
you know, but you gotta give. The one thing I'll at least give that semi excuse for Arslan for is that 9th place in KOF. All right, he's playing too many games. You know that I don't blame him for struggling to play multiple games, especially when KOF and Tekken are pretty different in that regard. So.
Yeah. And he was playing the top 48 of Tekken
side
by side. So he would literally like play a Tekken match, go to KOF, come back to Tekken, go back to KOF. Like, so he's literally swapping at this high level of Tekken and going to KOF same time already. He's doing well in that bracket, right? And playing both of them at the same time. So it was like, if you guys have ever tried to do that in EVO before, it's so difficult. I remember like forever ago, like this was probably like 2007, 8, whatever. There was like a third strike I entered at EVO with DOA and Tekken, and I was playing all the games. I was like, this was like my EVO. I'm having fun. I'm playing everything. And I would just go from like third strike to Tekken, and back to third strike, and I'm like backdash canceling and third strike. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? You know, like your brain just like starts overlapping and doing the wrong inputs or the wrong things. Or like you jump, I'm like, why did I even try to jump in Tekken? You know, like everything just gets crossed up. So shout outs to Arslan for doing so well. Top 10 in both games is an accomplishment. Obviously, fighting is really just looking top 8, but he got top 10 in both games at EVO this year, where these tournaments are like 1,000+ people, right? It's not a small tournament to get top 10 in. So shout out to Arslan.
I have a tweet. Yeah, a tweet that he tweeted out after the event.
You want to really make it? You really want to make it? We really want to focus on the one game aspect.
Have to focus on one game, lesson learned. But hey, you know, he did his thing. Like, that's not an easy feat either way. You know, KOF and Tekken, trying to be a top level player in more than one game, especially when they're hard. And it's not like 2D and you could just apply your 2D fundamentals. Like, it's 3D versus 2D. You know, there's a lot of differences for sure. So to just be able to juggle the two at the same event is a feat for sure.
So I've heard, I don't know much about KOF, but I heard that the person that he played against to get into top 8 right there was like his worst possible matchup. Like if he had played against someone else again top 8, he probably would have done it. So like that's pretty crazy that he could have gotten top 8, you know, in the arena for both of them or whatever. You know, like that would have been just bananas.
Hey, I put this link in the Discord, Mike. Can you show it real quick? It's on Twitter. It's the video crowd reaction of me
I gotta
winning.
pull it up like this because my other Discord is behind that window.
Got it. All good. But this was a clip. We were sitting up front. Me, MYK, Rickstah, a bunch of us were, right. We snuck up in there, like we got there, right. And it was pretty crazy, and I love this.
You want me to play it with the sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, and people are screaming.
Dude, it is crazy. Towards the end, because everyone was standing up. It was packed. Let me tell you, it was packed. As always, Tekken has always. Look at that. Like just people just standing up, blocking everyone. Everyone getting hyped, walking around. Yeah.
The round is counting down. Yeah, that was awesome. That's an awesome ending.
Dude, it was crazy. And then seeing me win, the smoke, the effects, everyone getting hyped, people running up to the stage. I'm surprised Rick didn't run up there and chase everybody off like he did in Combo Breaker.
Oh yeah.
That was.
This was a real stage, a bigger stage.
Yeah. But yeah, shout outs to Nee, definitely. Congratulations to him. And
the cool thing about this too,
yeah,
right? The cool thing about this video, right, is like, if you're watching the actual gameplay up there, it's not really like the craziest shit that's happening, right? It's not the most exciting thing if you're not a Tekken fan. But the thing is that the people in the crowd were getting hype over some Tekken shit, right? Yeah. Where like if you thought about maybe you know during Tag 2, if that same exact match happened, no one would give a shit if they weren't really big Tekken fans because it's like it looks kind of whatever, you know, not very exciting, right?
Yeah.
But Tekken fans were there for not only the gameplay, but the storylines and everything else, right? So just everything building up to that one moment, you can see that's just the intensity and the hype building up throughout the crowd just because it's good ass Tekken. It's and I don't know what Tekken 7 did, but they cheated somehow because they got the crowd to be hype over forward dashing. Like no,
right. No one does that. Dashboard is what it's
people
called.
Love that shit, dude. It's like back in the day, no one would know what whatever. He's just holding forward. Big deal.
Suiken's the only one out here calling it that, by the way.
What?
Dashboard. You're the only one that
I've ever heard. All it is, all I think about is like it's like this, like literally two hands clapping together. That's all it is. Like they're literally in their face, just dashing, and I'm like. Everyone's going bonkers.
What's that joke? What's that joke you told me over the weekend? You were just like, I'm a beat your ass up like a blown out hot pot.
Don't say it. No, don't say it. Don't say it, Mike.
What conversations are you two having in private?
Dude.
Seriously.
But yeah, no, I know what you guys mean. But also, like from the top 8, I think a lot of people were. We lost Suiken, but I think
I'm okay.
I think to harper back to like the top 8, right? Like I think in a way, we kind of wanted to see like Nee versus Arslan as the grand final, the run back of the last Evo, you know. But then it was still cool to see Khan doing really good, and like just Nee's run overall was just almost perfect, you know. So
it's kind of neat just because it's like a cliffhanger, dude. It's like,
yeah,
because now we didn't get to
there's
see
still
the match.
more.
And now we know that there's still, you know, a season to go on a new patch too.
Oh yeah,
all this other bullshit. It's like it kind of, it almost like it felt like it could have been the ending, but instead it's just like, nah, there's still more. There's still more Tekken.
I think, I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's still more Tekken's important, but I think seeing Khan and his progression is like, this is his big moment in terms. Like, he came to the CEO, I think in December, and he got top 8 there, but like he didn't make like top 3, right? So this is the moment where he beat Arslan. He's like, look. Yeah. Pakistan is good. You guys all know this, but now y'all know I can beat this guy. Like, y'all got to pay attention to me too, right? Yeah. And like that's super cool. And he did the best against Nee too out of everyone in the tournament. So you know he's a contender. So now he's also got that push of like, can I beat him? Like, so he's now driven in a way. Because I mean, I gotta imagine, like, I don't know this for sure, right? But I gotta imagine if you're Khan and you beat Arslan, but then you lose to Nee, I gotta feel like you let like Pakistan down a little bit, right? Like, because everyone in Pakistan is such big Arslan fans. Yeah,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
I've seen a lot of his Instagram stories, so this is just the vibe I'm getting from him, right?
Okay.
And like a lot of people, like, damn, you did great, whatever. You know, everyone's thanking him, but you can tell that he is determined now, like, to push himself harder. Yeah. Exactly. So I think like that part of the story is great.
The anime arc,
and the fact that we didn't see Arslan Nee means like it's still coming. Like, this TWT season is not over, right?
Stop it.
There's still a TWT finals to come. Arslan's already qualified. Nee's gonna be qualified. They're gonna both be there.
Dude, did you guys see his TWT point standing? He's like a perfect like straight A student. You know, one Evo, everything else first. He's like, I already got my report card. Straight A's, bro. I'm in there. It's wild, dude. Like TWT being
asshole. He's the one that raises his hand, telling the homework is due and shit. Yeah.
He's like, hey, my assignment, the essays are due today.
Are we supposed to have a pop quiz today? Shut up, Nee. Shut up,
Nee. But yeah, good stuff,
Nee always ruining everything, dude.
Dude, Nee's display of Tekken, I think like when me and Ricky were in the crowd just watching it, dude, we were just like, he can't be beat, dude. He's playing like almost perfect Tekken, almost as perfect a human can play Tekken, you know? It's crazy.
It felt like it.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I'm like trying to commentate, and I was like, oh god, like I haven't commentated a match that was this technical in such a long time. Like, I was like, how am I gonna explain this to people who don't even know what Tekken is? You know, like I was sitting there like that. I'm like, this is very difficult. So it was such a challenge for me on that front, but Nee was like ridiculous. And the way he played Fang, like, it was just so technical. He didn't even take off his punish opportunities, right? Like, even though a lot of times just like size up and jabs or whatever, like he could have got a size up hop. He could have got the back up into whatever afterwards, but he's like, no, I'm not 100% sure, so I'm just gonna let that opportunity come back again later. Yeah, I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Especially in Tekken 7, where like one mistake and you lose 50-60%. He's like, don't worry, I won't make a mistake. Like, what the hell kind of gameplay is this?
Yeah, you can get away with having such reliable offense, knowing that you can get your damage 20 damage at a time, because I'm gonna block that low. My movement's gonna save me over. So I can rely on my defense, so I don't have to overextend on my offense. And no one else can play like that because no one else can block like Nee. Nee's blocks in that entire top 8. His entire weekend was like, how? Like, what made him think that low was coming there? What made him think that sidestep was good at that time, or that back cancel step in that range? Every single opportunity.
Even like the mini game with like back 3-2 against Khan, right? Using the Sabaki to blow it up. Like, he didn't like fall for like any baits. It's like he's just gonna bait me with a single back 3. He's like, this is the one. He's gonna do back 3-2. This is the time he's gonna do it. Boom, Sabaki. It's just.
And Nee, he did a video of the top 8 where he talked about it, and they made a translation of it. Like, I went through all that. It's very good, right?
Good.
I wish I had more of those so I could learn more about the game from Nee's perspective like that. But in a lot of those, he talks about just life bar management, and how that helps him, determine the read. He's like, time is running down here. Life is like this. So odds are he needs to do this now. Otherwise, he's not going to get another chance to, sort of deal. Like, it's like, what are you going to do? Like, he's calculating everything to the perfect point where his defense is just that much better because of it.
And then because of that, that's why we saw so many timeouts, like close to 0. Every game that Nee like put out, he said, look, I got the time. You got to bring those lows, and I'm going to look for them eventually, right? And sure enough, like Ricky said, every low, every down 4 he did, block or low parry, right? And everyone's like, lose mine. How did he do that? You know? And Nee explained it, you know, like Rip said. It was like,
Sick.
hey, life management.
Lifetime.
He had to take the risk.
Yeah.
Yep. And time. Swirl that in. Evo. Like, you know, that's it.
Evo.
Oh, I mean, first place.
Put a little sugar, spice, everything nice, and chemical.
A little bit of Khan's nose in there. Boom.
Why Khan's nose? What was that?
Arslan shirtless pick, and
Oh,
then
God. His nose kept popping out.
Ricky's Ganryu slide, and then we got it.
Evo.
Evo. That's part of the
dessert.
recipe. That's part of the recipe. Don't forget it.
It definitely was, dude. Like,
If I had fallen the way you fallen, Ricky, I'd be dead. I would not be on this podcast right now.
Damn.
You know, also,
Dude.
shout outs. I see him in the chat right now. Ice Cold Ombre. I don't know how you did it, man. But
Dude,
you
he got like
one
10
of the
seconds
biggest
in the
moments.
intros.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You got 10 seconds, the top 8 intro at EVO this year. I don't know how, but you're in there.
Well,
Right
yeah,
after
that's right.
they had all the past champions, you know, it's like Nobi, Saint,
Yeah.
JDCR,
And the-
Arthur Nash, Ice Cold
Ombre.
Ombre.
That
That's so
was
funny
tight.
too. Just seeing like
You need to
all these-
capitalize
all,
on
like,
it.
PlayStation footage. Ice Cold Ombre was bodying people.
10 whole seconds. We got to see the whole gameplay. But man, yeah, dude, honestly, like what we were talking about, you know, I felt like when he came here with like Nin and Holman like 10 years ago, right? And dude, like they were playing that style back then too, but he kept playing that style. And it seems like during the pandemic when it started, all lockdown and stuff, Nee never skipped a beat. It's like he's been just in the hyperbolic time chamber and he's like, I want to win. Especially after like the notes and his video came out with the translation and stuff. He's just like, who likes losing? You know, it's like, I'm just going to send Chanel a picture of a trash can. And I'm like, if I lose, you know, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me for a couple days. It's just all that stuff is great. You know, if you guys want to like dive into the mind of Nee a little bit, the evil champion. And everybody was saying like, dude, he won Tag 2, but he hasn't won a Tekken 7 one yet.
That's a great point because Tag 2 was in 2013. So 9 years later, he becomes the EVO champ again. Like, that's a huge gap with the competition level only increasing with Pakistan's entry here.
And younger, too.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got this new younger generation to compete with, and he's like, watch this. Fucking, it was so good. It was so good.
Has there been a bigger gap in between EVO titles? I wonder.
I don't know, man. No,
Daigo probably had a good chance this year, right? Because he
Yeah.
was in top 8 of Street Fighter 5, but his old man bones couldn't handle that top 8. Dude, walking up those arena stairs, I think he was tired himself out.
I felt like every time I saw Daigo, he had a drink in one hand.
He's definitely more relaxed than I
and
first
his
seen
shoe
him at
barely stayed
EVO.
on. Every time he was walking, he was all like, oh, no,
Daigo
no,
looks like he's one cigarette away from not giving a fuck.
dragging his feet and shit.
Dude, I remember the first time I saw Daigo at like 2006, 2007. He'd just be like behind the big screen, just like sleeping there and stuff. And then like years later, now he's just like drinking and more lax now. You know, it's just like, it's pretty cool to see. It's pretty cool to see, honestly. But man, bunch of games had crazy stuff. We're mostly talking about Tekken here. There's still so much to cover, dude. Like Tekken Top 8, if you guys missed it, definitely go check that out. Nee's run at EVO. If you guys want to see almost perfect Tekken or as close to humanly perfect that you could be in Tekken, definitely check it out, man, because it was super impressive. But yeah, moving on, like EVO had a couple other stuff too for Tekken. We also had a brand new trailer after the top 8 in grand finals.
I was like, what else happened? I was literally like, what
Where
else
we going
happened?
with
Move
this?
on to the new stuff, Mike. Go
Dude,
on.
they had a brand new trailer for the new Tekken, and man, they had balance adjustments, new tactics, and yeah, dude. So and that little teaser at the end. I guess before we'll talk about the teaser before anything else and the tour stuff. Yeah, because I want to save the patch notes for last. But what you guys think about the teaser? What you guys think about the tour announcement? Amsterdam is going to be the final location. They announced that as well. I'm a little
$100,000 prize pool.
100K prize pool again as well. It's pretty impressive. But yeah, dude, it's back in Amsterdam. I'm a little bummed out that it's not going to be in New Orleans because I really wanted to check out New Orleans too. But you know, back in Amsterdam. What do you guys think about the tour announcements?
Ricky?
I mean, you know, not necessarily. I don't think it was anything like shocker, right? Because I think we all knew that there was a tour already happening, or at least you know, some sort of league going on, right? So the fact that we got a date for the Amsterdam or a location and a date, I guess.
Yeah.
It was nice, you know. I'm glad to see it, you know. But I think, yeah, that part of it was not the main part of the trailer for me.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also the TWT part of it, like everyone, like I tuned out of it because I thought that it was like, oh, it's just tour stuff, whatever. I looked away. I didn't see the balance adjustments part come up. But, you know, I feel like this year, the tour is announced super late, right? We only got it after Combo Breaker.
June,
so half the year is already gone. So it feels kind of like a half year tour, you know? So it doesn't have the same kind of crazy build up that the previous tour years have had. Obviously, they're coming out of COVID and everything, so it was lately announced. We didn't know that even Combo Breaker was going to happen this year until it did happen, right? So it's understandable. But it's still like it's kind of like this weird half stake for the tour. So it's kind of cool. There's still $100,000 online for it, and Amsterdam is pretty cool. You know, I think it's all just a bait to get Eris out there. We'll see if he bites. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like you guys said, it just ran a little late for me. It wasn't a big shocker because obviously we knew it was going to happen, but where?
Yeah,
and you know the story build up, but it's coming. I feel like now that it's shorter, everyone right now is clamoring to try to get to the points, try to get them dubs in, and you know try to battle back. Like Neeb set a victory today at Evo, and he let everyone know all over the world like he's still there. He still got it. Arslan isn't somebody you should be looking for. It's Nee Khan. Like is like the developing story now. So Arslan has to step it up at this point if he wants to get a chance to play Nee later down the line. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the other thing about the tour that we can talk about briefly that wasn't part of EVO necessarily is that the format's very weird this year. You know, the regional finals and everything. People aren't big fans of that. You know, people are saying like, why am I traveling around the world offline to play these online qualifiers to get to the finals, etc. So it's a super funky format, and they got to fix all this shit for the next year's tour, right? So let them know, you know, none of us here work for Namco. I mean, I get shit confused all day.
Come on, Rib, release the patch.
Make your voices heard.
This man's telling the devs what to do.
No, man, you better watch what you say on here, bro.
I better watch what I gotta say. I'll save it up for the BitchCon later. But,
I see.
Rip said on his podcast, the Troomcast, that
IFIC.
Oh god. But yeah, let's talk about the reveal shit.
Yeah, I mean
get ready.
Yeah, we got the balance adjustments and the patch that we'll dive into, but I want to talk about the get ready. They showed a little, I think that's Tekken 1 footage, or is it Tekken 1, right? Where he throws
Tekken 1, right?
Yeah. There you MYK. You can't.
That's before my time, man.
Ending, bro.
You tell me, Ricky. You were there with it.
Tekken 1, dog. Come on. You think Kazuya threw Heihachi off the volcano into the volcano in Tekken 2?
I forget when he started taking over, man. they
I was still in diapers, Ricky.
They both be throwing each other in volcanoes all the time. I don't know which time it was.
I was in diapers.
You should have never asked which Tekken was if you didn't know.
That's why I asked you, man. That's why I have you guys.
I was eating my kids' spaghetti.
I'm just upset that we watched the anime last night and it recapped the whole damn thing, and you still asked the question, Mike.
But it doesn't tell us if it's Tekken 1 at that time, bro.
It definitely tells. It's the sequence of events. Mike,
dude, it's telling you about 3. Like, I don't know if that took place in 1 or 2.
You are not paying attention. You need to go rewatch the anime, bro.
Yeah, the backstory of 1 was all in there.
Yeah.
I don't know who threw who in the what volcano during 1 or 2.
How do you think Kazuya is not in 3, Mike?
Because he died in 2, right?
How?
Heihachi threw Kazuya's ass.
Because Kazuya threw Heihachi off the cliff in 2.
Yeah,
Michael.
Because Kazuya got thrown into the volcano when he was a kid, or the crater when he was a kid. So it's just like Heihachi threw Kazuya first, and then Tekken 1, Kazuya throws Heihachi, and then Tekken 2, Heihachi throws Kazuya again. It's like, dude, it keeps going back and forth. How was I supposed to know?
You got it,
but you got it right. So why did you confuse Tekken 2 and Tekken 1?
I just had to ask, man. Dude, I can't tell the graphics difference between 1 and 2. I wasn't born then. You guys are...
It was the CGI part. It wasn't even in game.
Could you tell
I was in diapers, man.
I was still in diapers, man.
Could you tell the difference between the ending of Tekken 1 and then that new picture that they showed?
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely tell the difference between that. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure, Ricky.
Yeah, we see.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking at that as like, well, remake. You know, obviously because it's the Tekken 1 thing, right? But then I think people already noticed that the eye, that he had the scars and stuff, right?
Yep.
Biggest clue for me personally that says that this is a brand new Tekken game. Listen to the announcer that says "Get ready." Completely different guy.
Oh,
completely
I
different
didn't
person.
even notice that because we're in the
how do you
arena.
know that's even an announcement or whatever?
Well,
like, how do you know that guy is like even connected to the game? I mean, maybe it was just for the teaser.
Well, if it's just for the teaser, why would he say "Get ready"? Get ready is a
pretty
iconic. Tekken
they always
word.
get a new
Tekken
announcer
phrase,
every
right?
Tekken. Remember,
and it's always a new announcer every Tekken.
So you think that this voice is like the "Get ready for the next battle" guy?
Yeah,
it's usually always is the announcer.
I just think they tell people to get ready because something's happening.
Well, get ready. This is a new announcer for the new Tekken, in my opinion.
I mean, okay, so when it happened, like I was obviously losing my shit, but like it was confusing, right? And looking back at it afterwards, I'm thinking about what's coming next, right? Like I see this as like a marketing push for multiple things. It's like get ready, and then they'll tease us somewhere else for the next battle, you know, and then something else. You know, I feel like it's just a setup, like it's a segmented marketing thing. So I think that's why it's like that.
After
so
that,
get ready, and we don't know what for.
After that announcement, Harada retweeted something about the Game Awards. I think they might be maybe coming out with more reveals then, because like after that EVO weekend, Harada retweeted something like Game Awards.
The Game Awards tweeted that image out, right? And then people were like asking Jeff Keighley about it. And he's like, I just saw it. So he said that it wasn't like necessarily that there's a link up already happening there, but that he was just excited when he saw it at EVO essentially and tweeted it.
I asked this before and I got the answer and I forgot it. Who's Jeff Keighley?
He's the guy who hosts the Game Awards.
Yeah, other than that.
Oh, I don't know.
Really? He's just the host of the Game Awards?
I assume he plays video games.
So he's just, this motherfucker's just Carson Daly for video games? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Damn, Carson Daly for video games.
I thought he did something important.
He owns something? I don't know. Look, I don't know if he owns anything. I don't know if he makes anything. I don't know if he's got some kind of product he's trying to sell on the side. But all I see is him hosting video game things.
Cool.
All right. I thought he was more important, but apparently not. But I fuck with him. All right.
Yeah.
Get your money,
cool.
Jeff.
What do you guys think about the speculations, though? Everyone's like, is it 8? Is it Tag 3? Is it Tekken Cross Street Fighter still? Like, what do you guys think?
I think it's a new game. I think it's
a new game, yeah.
I mean, clearly it's a new game, but like, I think that the thing to me is like, it could be anything. Like, I still wonder, like, is it Tekken Cross Street Fighter? Like, I know it's not supposed to be, right? Is it Tag 3? Is it Tekken Cross Virtua Fighter? Is it Tekken Cross Soul Calibur? I feel like it could be anything. And going into it, right, before EVO ever happened, I was thinking, like, you know, the two things I wanted, like, Season 5 announcement and then Tekken 8 logo.
Dude, I said that on the last BOOMcast. Yeah, I was like, that's what I wanted.
Like a logo, right? Just like a logo, so we know something's coming. They didn't give us any logo of anything, so we don't know what game is coming.
Yeah.
We saw a
Get
Kazuya
ready.
face. That's it, right?
Yeah.
So there's a Kazuya. We know there's a Kazuya, and it's something there. Like, that's it.
Yeah,
and it's got obviously the scar, so it's obviously not a Tekken 1.
I definitely agree on that. Yeah, because it's like, if he can't be a remake, because it's just like, why would Kazuya have the scar with the red eye that he got in 4's intro, you know, and we saw from 4. So it's just like, I don't think it's a remake just because of that detail itself, you know. But I also don't think it's going to be Tag 3 because it's just like Tag 2 almost killed the fucking franchise and they're just going to bust out. It's too soon for another tag game.
How about Tekken 7 Tag?
Can we stop saying tag for the next 5 years? Just at least, just let that game die, right? Just stop thinking about tag, please.
I'm just saying.
And not just you, everybody, Tekken fans, just let tag go. All right, like we don't need your bum ass can only play one character anyways. You don't want two. Trust me, you don't know how to play two.
Gonna come in here and be like, "What are you talking about, Ricky?" No speed kicks.
That's definitely Rip. Rip only know you need a fucking Force and Marshall. He couldn't do anything.
Leroy.
You ain't playing no Leroy Law. Get out of here.
Leroy Law.
We better ask. Hey Namco, make Tekken 7 tag. Just add it as a add-in.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying.
Hell no, dude.
Yeah, hell no. Don't do that. What the hell?
Hey. What do you guys think? Arcade release?
No.
Oh, what?
That's the interesting one, right?
No way.
I hope
we don't know.
We talked about this with Eris when he was on last time. You know, it's just like they would be really disconnected if they did do that still, especially in this day and age.
I mean,
Arcades?
the way it is right now. Yeah, I think the way it is right now, especially with how arcades are actively dying in Japan, even like all the big ones in Japan, like the iconic ones, right? You would remember those Sega things are not Sega things,
Yeah.
you know. So it's like, I think even
but Sega's gone. But you know what they didn't do? They didn't put out a Virtua Fighter in their arcades to support their arcade business.
Because that'd be stupid. Because that means that they have to make a Virtua Fighter game. You think they want to do that?
They didn't, right? But so imagine now you're Namco and you still have Namco arcades. You're just gonna let it die, or you're gonna make a Tekken, or you already are making a Tekken game. You're not gonna put it in the arcade to help your arcade business. I think you have to make a choice there. Like we're gonna let that business die, or we're gonna not.
What?
You know.
But then
try to help it.
But trying to keep a dying kind of like, you know, arcades are dying, and they're just kind of they're just throwing money away. Essentially, it's a small Namco is obviously a smaller company than Capcom and whatnot. Why are they gonna? Yeah, yeah.
These days with Elden Ring and all that, I don't know.
And Bandai Namco?
Yeah, like, Bandai's huge.
I think Bandai big, bro.
Naruto, sure, Dragon Ball, money, right? But it's just
Bandai's pretty freaking huge.
Wants to keep putting money into arcades, and
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know right now if arcades are the business, unfortunately.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like if Bandai Namco was located in America, yeah, it's just not going to arcades. The fact that they're in
definitely not.
The fact that they're in Tokyo, you know, where the arcades are still somewhat there at least, like. The decision is not that clear to me. Like, I wish I could be like, there's no percent chance that they're ever going to make another arcade release. But I feel like there's still some kind of tiny-ass percent chance that that shit might happen.
I really
and that
hope
bothers
not.
me.
Yeah, that really does bother me. But then also at the same time, it brings up another question in my head. It's just like, what about balance issues? You know, like every first version of a Tekken, 7.0, 6.0, Tekken
5.0.
Tag 2, before we got Unlimited, like 5.0. Like, bro, the list goes
Tekken
on.
4.
List goes on and on. That's kind of worrying about like how the balance is going to turn out. But like maybe that's what they're trying in 7. You know, like they just came out with a new update for 7, balance adjustments and new tactics that we're going to get into. But yeah, maybe it's testing grounds.
I mean, the thing too is like, I don't think they have to worry about that as much because they have patches now. You know, like they didn't have patches before. So if they release a busted ass game, everyone's gonna be like, "What the hell?" But then they patch now.
But I think first impressions are very important, you know?
I totally agree with you completely.
Like Street Fighter 5, you know, prime example.
Yeah, but that first impression, they that was not balance changes. That was just that was just a big fat
everything. Yeah, everything.
There's no balance that can turn that piece of shit into a pile of gold, right? That's still a piece of shit with no story mode. Like that game came out bad, right? So it's like balance changes like that. Those things you can change quickly, you know, especially if it's fucked up. And like,
do you think it's gonna go in the route of like modern fighting games with like beta tests, alpha tests, like multiverses, Street Fighter?
If there's no arcade release, then I hope that they do some kind of online beta thing. Yeah. Like I personally don't like it because I liked all the beta described and I didn't like the release because I had too much fun with the beta versions and all the bullshit that was in it. Yeah. So I don't know.
But that's the other thing too, though, right? Because people want to use the beta as like, oh, here we're actually just testing out the netcode, you know, and then people are playing it and like the netcode's fine or whatever, so all they do is bitch about the game rather than
or they bitch about there's no practice mode in the free thing I'm playing.
So it's like I don't know, the beta idea is like it's still up in the air, like how that's even going to work, you know. And then there's so many other questions, right? Like with Project L coming out and the whole free to play thing.
That's been a hot topic lately with multiverses, Rumbleverse, Project L.
I mean, there's but the thing is, we don't know anything, right? We don't even know what the game is. Thankfully, I'm gonna be confident in it not being tagged because let's just dead that game. But anything else, man, it's fair game.
Tekken Cross Soul Calibur. Tekken Cross Virtua Fighter, I think, is a cool bet.
Yeah, it's a cool bet if if you're a 12-year-old kid living in the EGM magazines and shit.
We've seen Harada talking about Virtua Fighter. We've seen Virtua Fighter re-release their game on PlayStation 5 and get good numbers from it, by the way. We know Harada's trying to help out Virtua Fighter come back up. I'm just saying.
But straight up put them in their game as like half the roster? That'd be crazy.
I mean, isn't this the right time though? Like think about it like crazy, WWF and WCW, right? Like you knew that WWF won when they literally bought WCW and brought them in.
Get the F out.
So now when it's Tekken Cross VF and it's like literally like, all right, VF, you guys are so damn dead that we're just gonna own you this 3D fighter world. Like you can be in our game. Like you know what I mean?
Damn.
It's that kind of.
It's just like a nurturing. Come here, we'll take you in.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll adopt you. But yeah, no,
I don't know.
That's how that works.
I honestly want to see a new Virtual Fighter as well. But like, is it time to see Tekken Cross
I agree
Virtual
too.
Fighter? You know,
Look, I'm agreeing with everything you guys are saying. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
And I'm saying you have the wish list of a 5-year-old.
That's good. Please left dreams.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh man,
Keep on dreaming, kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for me, it's probably Tekken 8 is a safe bet, or that one on the table of Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Still, we'll see though. But with how like 2Ds were received in Tekken 7, I'm also kind of a little skeptical about that too. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Geese and Akuma, base characters in the next game.
this
At
guy,
launch.
this guy.
With Noctis and Negan too. Oh man, I just want to see the chaos. You know, that would bring out everybody. That would be so awesome for me.
Someone's gonna tweet it. It's like, you told the dead.
You told him to do it.
You
now
told them to make it happen, and they're making it happen.
Yeah, we gotta stop. We gotta stop requesting things because if it actually happens, then people are gonna blame us.
Damn,
Don't
bring
blame
back
Rip, not us.
Tekken
It's
Cross
Rip,
Primal
everybody.
Rage. Let's make it happen, guys.
Damn, dinosaurs pissing on Kazuya. Primal Rage.
That'd be tight.
Nailed it.
That's a fatality in Primal Rage. You think it was stupid?
Yeah, that's man. But yeah, I think other than that, that's pretty much like most of the evil stuff. We're gonna get into the patch notes soon.
Yes.
Real quick
Dude,
before
we've been teasing the
We've
patch
been
notes for.
real quick before we get into the patch notes. Japan versus Korea 5v5 happened pretty
Yeah,
the week
beat
after it.
everyone's ass.
Yeah,
Knee one.
coming off the hot streak of EVO. You guys got anything to say about that
He didn't
event?
forget how to play a week later. It's cool. You know, like what the hell? Push that
Yeah.
shit.
He
Yeah,
destroyed
Knee won.
everybody.
Knee beat up Japan, and that was cool. And Japan got
He
bodied.
didn't lose to anybody. He
I
won
mean-
all of his matches.
The last two events where they had Korea and Japan dominated.
Like Red Bull,
Okay.
Conquest, or what was the last event? The last Red Bull event that they had here
Yeah,
again
but
versus.
those
Yeah.
guys have Knee that just won EVO, like dominated the entire
Right.
tournament scene.
But that
I
was
mean,
only
the
like
only
6
thing-
months
the-
ago, right? That was
The
not
only
long
thing
ago.
worth talking about that event is the online-offline event.
And that part's not
Offline,
even that
online,
interesting.
online. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that part's not even interesting to me because I've already watched the online, offline, outside event. So they're like
Yeah,
already
that was the
a step
last one.
behind.
Yep.
Yeah, so this was just an online-offline indoor event, so it's like whatever. It's a step
Yeah, it's not even as
forwards.
cool. I watched Take play online, offline, outside with the
In the
mascot.
sun,
Like
yeah.
that tournament shit all over that online, offline, inside.
That's true.
I
They had
see.
2 more factors. That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
online, offline, outside event too. They also had a halftime show where it was just like a military dudes just throwing people around for no reason.
Wow. In that online-offline outside event, was it raining?
It looked like it was about to rain.
Damn,
It should have.
that would have been the perfect storm.
It would have
Yeah,
been
literally.
sick. It didn't, but it looked like it could have.
Nice.
Damn. Yeah. Knee too strong, man. I think the first set he 5-0'd him after like the first 2 Koreans lost, and then
Pena was
Pena
the
looked
only
like-
one
it
that
looked like,
won.
oh, Pena might
JDCR
sweep.
and
Yeah.
John Ding lost, and then he's like,
Yeah.
all right, hold on, I'm just going to beat the whole damn team.
Yeah.
That wasn't even fair.
What
Dude. It's
the
like, 'cause you make Knee go last because you still got Karo and the other dude, Moil. Like, let them
Hey,
have
Knee
some
got
shine.
it. Knee
He
had
was
to
just
go
like,
somewhere,
look,
dog.
look, I let these scrubs play.
They knew
My
that the
turn.
second set, everyone had to play, right? Because it was
Yeah.
matchup, rematchup, and Korea lost that one 3-2.
Yeah.
Right. So Knee won in that set as well, and then they had the final boss battle about the leaders of each one. So it was Knee versus Pena with the chosen leaders. Knee beat Pena, and that was it.
So,
whew, Knee too
Hold on,
strong,
hold on,
man.
hold on.
Knee too
Hell
strong.
yeah.
All right. Any final conclusions before we jump into patch notes? Anything about EVO that you guys want to say? I think it was ran better than ever. Like it ran great. Size was great. It was pretty efficient. Like there was even casual stations all the way to the right if you guys wanted to play casuals. Tournament stations, you had plenty of room, except for when it was top 48 when everybody was trying to watch the off-stream matches. So yeah.
People seem to like the water stations.
Except Gilkey in the chat earlier.
yeah, but Gilkey drinks tap water.
I know he probably he probably got the water out of the toilet, right? He went to the wrong water station.
You go to the toilet. Is this the water station?
Is this how this works?
Scooping that shit up.
He's flushing the toilet and getting it straight from the source.
He's not too bright.
A little tangy today, huh?
Oh man. Or overall, I thought EVO went great, you know. EVO was super smooth. And yeah, let's jump into it, man. I think everybody's waiting. Patch version 5.0 is here. We waited over a year for this. We haven't had any news from the Tekken peoples in over a year. Radio silent after that minor Lydia nerf patch, and then bam, they hit us with version 5.0. 5.00, and now we're here. They added a new mechanic called Wall Crush to every character in the game, some to their benefit.
A new tactic.
Yeah, some to
Wall
their
Crush. Wall Crush is not.
It's not a term. It's a new tactic. The way they showed it in the trailer.
I'm pretty sure new tactic was not meant for that. It was like, hey, some of these characters have new properties to their moves. These are all new tactics. I'm pretty
sure it was a Wall Crush.
You think it was just the Wall Crush?
I think so.
Oh man, you don't consider that forward 1+2 counter hit with Yoshimitsu a new tactic?
I'm pretty sure
it was in the balance adjustment section.
Exactly. I think the balance adjustments of the trailer, and then when they showed the Wall Crush, it was that new tactics.
Okay. Damn. I've been calling everything. Every change is a new tactic.
It works.
Every balance change is a new tactic.
But yeah, for the most part, this patch seems like they not even nerfed, like kind of gutted the last like 4 like characters from DLC. You know,
say gutted.
Fakaram, Leroy.
I mean, obviously
Lydia.
they got hit the hardest, right, out of all the other characters. But to me, gutted means like
unplayable.
Yeah,
that's what I'm reading. That's what I'm reading.
Leroy in the anime.
That's what I'm reading in everybody's Twitter.
Not the same character.
No.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, you're looking at Twitter for information. Come on.
Twitter is bro. Everyone's reactionary. So like, everyone's opinions suck, especially ours. So it's like, don't get.
Everyone sucks. Period.
Yeah, these characters got gutted, but they'll still do all right. Just because no one's gonna play these characters anymore.
But even beyond, like, dude, just going back to Twitter real fast. I put out the stupid idea of putting together like a tier list looking thing about the patch in terms of like which characters got buffed and not. And people looked at that shit like it was like a tier list. Why is Eddie the best character in the game now? I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't say he was. I just said he got more buffs than other characters.
Did they not read what it said on the left side?
They don't bother reading on Twitter. That's a place full of words.
That's why you don't put your opinions out on there. Unless it's funny. If you put your opinions out there and you're serious, then everyone's gonna take it serious and not engage with you in annoying ways. You just gotta say something stupid and funny, and then people will laugh and then move on.
Unlikely.
Well, yeah, you gotta be funny first. That's the hard part.
But yeah, what are your guys' general consensus on the balance changes? I think for the most part, it's just like some characters got nerfed just because they had to add a new wall crush to every character. So it's just like some of the properties got changes to compensate for the new wall crush, and then some characters got like bonus benefits, like Negan, for example. Up forward 4 does the wall crush for Negan on normal hit. When on counter hit, it's still the counter hit launcher. Asuka's the same way with while standing 1+2. She still gets counter hit while standing 1+2 into forward 2. But if it hits normally, it'll do the wall crush. Armor King as well with while standing 2. But other characters like Devil Jin, up forward 4, got reverted into the wall crush, so it no longer knocks down and he doesn't get the guaranteed back 4 anymore. So yeah, there's some. It's interesting, and then there's like a pattern where if it's a high one, a lot of times they'll do it on block, like Law's Legend Kick, for example, and then the other ones where it's on like a mid for most cases, unless they're really slow, they have to like hit for it to wall crush.
Yeah, ladies are like that. Yeah.
How do you guys feeling about wall crush? Let's just talk about that.
I mean, speaking for character wise, I mean, I looked at the patches. I also looked at when Rip was like explaining going through it too. But for Lei definitely got a big like buff. Not too minor, but the snake buffs really good, really good. I like it a lot. And the drunken stance really got buffed too. I like that a lot too. But realistically, Lei's still in the same position he's at. He just got stronger moves. Just those moves are better. But nothing has changed dramatically for him to be like, you know, going up a tier or anything like that.
I think the majority of the cast, right, got treated like that. Like, there's no, to me, like the big winners don't seem like they're automatically top tier. It's like the big winners were the ones that didn't get fingered. They were just chilling on the sidelines, watching everyone else get nerfed. And they're like, this was like Akuma dodging buffs for like the 3rd season in a row, like Muhammad Ali in the corner, just like, yeah, you can't touch me, bitch, you can't touch me. You trying to get nerfs on me? Nah, fuck that. Just dodging everything, dude. Akuma's doing work. And even the Demon Flip 3, that's a nerf to me. That's not a nerf to anyone else. That's only a nerf. That's a nerf to scrubby Akumas, because that's like a scrub killer. But good Akuma players wouldn't even rely on that, so it's not even that big of a nerf. And then, the wall tactic for the majority of the characters is just depending on the character, it's good or bad, right? But overall, I think this patch did a good job of just making it a little bit interesting, right? Seeing that I don't think we're going to see the top tier characters of last patch, as often as we will this time around. So I mean, we saw Anna one yesterday. Like, already it's different, So
all I see is the top row characters getting dragged down with the rest of the slums. That's all it is.
I don't think that it makes them unplayable. I just think it makes them
come down.
Just you can compete now with these characters,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, last night's results were top 3: Anna, Jack/Marduk.
Yeah.
Like, that was our ICFC results from North America last night.
And it sounded more like Joey was trending towards Jack at the end of the night, right? Because even on Twitter, he was like, "I need a Jack,
baby.
I need to trust it more," So it sounded like he was just like,
he said Jack is back.
Again.
Yeah.
So, pretty happy about it.
Sounds like he's leading there. Yeah, I think that this patch, I like the patch, which seems like it's a controversial thing to say for some reason, but I do like the patch because a lot of the top row gaming that we saw in the past got adjusted. And honestly, that was shocking to me because they haven't really done that. Like, I know there've been patches like Leroy. He was passed like 3 times in a row after EVO Japan.
Fakuram a couple times. Lydia once after.
But like, those felt like, we put out the initial version of the game, we messed up, so here's some fixes for it. But the character's still hella good afterwards, right?
Yeah, just a little slap on the wrist.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, we're just going to put something out so that Twitter will stop complaining, to see that we're actively listening to them, essentially, is what they felt like. But this time, they actually nerfed things. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, these are real nerfs. And we haven't seen that, basically, across the life of Tekken 7, especially in a single patch where you saw multiple characters get really nerfed. And I didn't think they were going to go that route, which was surprising, but pleasantly surprising to me. I was like,
I was happy about it. Hell yeah, I'm happy about it.
And,
I was shocked,
When I think about it in general, I think about it in terms of, like, do I like this version of the game better than the last version of the game? I like this version of the game better. Like, I haven't played it long enough yet, but when I'm playing against like a Fakuram, like, it doesn't feel like as uphill of a battle as it did before. Like,
daunting.
It's still hard, and I don't think, like, even though those characters are gutted, like, I think they're all still really good. Like, the one I'm concerned about is Geese, but I think he's still gonna hit you 2 forward 1. You're gonna get fucked up. So
as a whiff punish is still hella good.
That's not gone, right? So I think all these characters are still good and viable. Like we said, we're just closer to him now. And like Suiken, you were saying, Lei is exactly where he was. I don't think anyone's where they were because the top row came down. I feel like everyone else bumped up automatically because of it. And then, the other thing about the new mechanic, I think that, certain characters, they lost some stuff, like, like Steve lost his minicom in the open, right, for it, but he gets the wall situation from it. I think, like, obviously those are nerfs for some characters, and you got to rely on the wall situation now for it with the new mechanic. But, like, maybe that was intentional. Like, maybe they said, like, we don't want King to have a good one because we don't want players to have to deal with this throw thing, right? So, and, like, maybe, like, it's going to take away this from Kazuya, like, in the open, but maybe that's okay because we don't want him to be that much better with this and have that still.
The way I looked at Fakuram's and Leroy's wall crush moves, it's just like, oh, we have no other way to nerf this move, so slap it onto this move. It's like Leroy got it off his counter hit 1/1 string, his like G clef cannon basically, and then it's just like maybe he shouldn't get the ground massage afterward guaranteed, so put it on that. Fakuram's is on 1/2/1/4, and Fakuram gets the second 1/2 on counter hit. The rest of the last 3 are all natural combos, so it's just like maybe he shouldn't get a full wall combo after that either. So it's just like, I feel like those were intentional for those instances. Kazuya got his wall standing 1+2 nerfed in that same way. Steve peekaboo down forward 1/2 in the exact same way. I mean, it sucks for that to happen, but it's not that bad. It's just it's not the end of the world.
I don't feel like they're major nerfs. Like, they are nerfs, but like they're not major ones in those situations. I feel like.
Yeah, to me, it's not only like it is a nerf, obviously, but it does open up different opportunities, right? So it's a nerf
from what
kind
it
of
used
like
to be in a way.
like a half step backwards, right?
Yeah,
because like,
but then it also depends on how the mechanic plays out forwards.
right, of course.
Yeah,
Like for Genryu's, his shit sucks, right? But it made his move safe, so it's a buff.
Yeah.
Like it's not useful, but it's a buff. So
wow,
there it is.
Yeah.
Because if I did it on block before, I get punished every time, right? But now I can get up and get mixed up for free. So
how is that in the open now? Does it have more pushback?
Yeah, it pushes them back further.
Yeah,
And I'm
it
So
plus
does it make it
5.
safer? Yeah.
I'm plus 5, but
Okay.
my fat ass is on the
On
ground.
the ground, yeah.
Yeah, Lay's like drunken. I'll tell you about it. They only changed one thing about one major change was obviously his drunken 3/1+2 is low high, right?
Right.
And it knocks down. Yeah, natural knocks
combo.
down. But at the wall now,
I guess
you utilize drunken like crazy now. It's crazy because he has a
the
mid
wall crush.
flat.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's exactly the
Two.
same.
No, because they changed one move, it accelerated the other moves. Like 'cause
Exactly.
before-
That is exactly the same.
Exactly.
It's
It's not
the same.
exactly the same, man.
it's still, the character is still the same. Just that move is
Oh, I see.
strong.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's no other walls in the game.
It just
How is
buffed
that
up his-
ever-
it
That
just
move
buffed
is
up his
strong.
wall game like
But I'm trying to tell you
crazy.
guys, all right? That
It
move
is
is
the
really
same.
strong, but because of that, it forces people to duck a lot, and
Yeah.
That's
It-
a that's
And
a pretty-
also,
that's
but-
his Snake 4-1 got more advantage, so he can't even down jab the mix anymore, and he doesn't even need to use
See, that
Tiger
kind of-
3 anymore.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Harada. Thank you.
But he's exactly the same.
Still the same. Still the
Yeah,
same.
can't even down jab the mix anymore. It's exactly the same.
Now we're gonna see Lei cause some issues. I think that's the reason why this patch is so exciting, because we don't know what this patch is gonna shake out to look like. Right? People are speculating, right? And obviously,
Of course, yeah.
the fact that Akuma, Zafina, they didn't Marduk, right? Those characters didn't get touched, and they've been
At
causing
all.
problems.
Yeah.
So it's like people consider like that means that these characters are obviously top tier, but
Right. not
not really, because if you think about it, Zafina definitely has been winning tournaments with Arslan and Shadow, right? But overall, it's just like now all the characters' power levels seem to kind of be even, and usually for Tekken, as such a balanced game, even those characters that are still like obviously better than the rest aren't like Fakumram, Leroy, Lydia style levels higher, right? They're just
Right.
annoying higher. Like
Yeah.
Marduk's annoying higher, right? Like this character hurts, he's gonna tackle, all this shit's good.
Yeah.
But it's not unbeatable, and it's not, it's just he thrives in the Tekken 7, system so well. And so I feel like in this patch right now, definitely give all these whack characters a chance to look cool. So Kuma down back 2 has that stagger on counter. That shit is so funny.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes sense too. You definitely would stagger if a bear
Bear
clawed at your leg.
Slap, yeah, with his paw. Yeah, hell yeah. Giant ass bear. But
Like,
yeah.
it looked funny at first, and now I was thinking like, yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, like Ricky just said, some characters that people were expecting to get changes were like Marduk and Zafina, just left untouched for the most part. Marduk, the only thing he got touched was his rage drive, lost 10 damage. Whoop-de-doo, his Oki and everything else is still there. But it also makes me think that since they're calling it version 5.00, right? Like Tekken didn't just stop at 4.00. There was 420, there was 4, yeah. It kept going for a little bit longer. Do you think there's even more updates in the future? Because we haven't heard from them in a year, right?
I think that there's a chance there'll be more. Only because they introduced a new mechanic, and
Yeah.
like you don't know what that's gonna do until you put it out in the wild. And I think like the Yoshi ones, like I don't know if you guys saw, like at max range he gets guaranteed sword spin, right? So it's like that's guaranteed. You can't even down jab it at max range.
Yeah.
So that feels like something that they might put out a 5.01 or something for,
Yeah,
like, and I think like they'll see how things flesh out for the next like week or two, or whatever, or month or whatever it is, and then they'll decide to do something, right? But you said that, and I didn't even process that we had season 4 was 4 point something, so this is technically season 5 with that's free update, not paid for, because it's a 5.00, right? Interesting.
Dude, I was even
This is
thinking.
the one season that we haven't paid for. In a sense, like there's no content coming with it outside of what they already announced.
Yeah.
Dude, they might even give us free stages, clear out the, there's a couple more slots on the bottom of the stage select.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, right, dude.
Yeah,
we ain't
right,
getting no more
dude.
stages, dude.
Yeah, but-
crazy.
I feel like it's
Infinite Azure 3.
kind of during the day, evening maybe.
It's in
It's a
winter.
little high, but
It's
coming
in
a
winter
little
time.
down.
The whole lake's frozen over and shit.
What did What'd you say before, man? Sun's coming down, big boy.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Oh man.
But yeah, there are definitely some big winners. There's definitely some big losers too. But I guess we could dive into who do you guys think is the biggest loser? I mean, I think a lot of people are saying like Fakumram or Leroy, Geese, Devil Jin, you know, Lydia maybe.
I like Geese just because down forward 2 on hit is funny, but I also like Devil Jin because up forward 4 on hit is funny.
That shit cracks me up.
Yeah, those are the biggest losers just because when I see those moves hit, I laugh. I don't care if I get hit. That's the thing. They can hit me and I will laugh at them.
Yeah, I was playing AJ, right? Champion Talon, and I just ducked, like, protecting I was going to slide. I was like, just do it. I just want to get hit by it.
Dude, I laugh. I played online and I played against a high level Fakumram and I laughed at everything because I was able to launch punish everything or punish something directly really well with it.
And I'm like 3+4. It's like that's give me that.
Yeah. I laugh and I was like, nah! She's like, dude, the 3-1 delay 4-4, any of those I block, you're going up in the air, buddy. That's it. Like, you know, that stuff is not gonna work anymore.
Dude, even his down back 4, 3+4, back 1 not even giving the follow up anymore.
4-4, 1+2, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I definitely think he got hit the hardest too.
Yeah.
But it's not as funny as Devil Jin or Geese.
The Geese one, like, it didn't even register to me. I was like, oh, that sucks. He lost his counter launcher. And then the next day when we were doing ICFC yesterday, I was like, wait a minute. That means that there's no ballerina spin. He doesn't even have a safe mid wall splat anymore. I was like, for utility, like how they use the side step 3, side step down 4-2 at the wall for that little mix up, right? I was like, damn, that shit's just gone now. That's... It's pretty wild.
I mean,
I know. I agree. I'm happy too. I'm happy too.
Yeah, just think about how different that set between Khan and Knee would be if that down 4-2 existed in that set. And Khan would hit down 4-2 and then put himself at a disadvantage because now Knee's in the perfect spot to whip punish everything. It's like it sucks.
Dude, it's
very
wild.
exciting.
Yeah, that's why I can't wait.
Yeah, I want to see how the rest of the year plays out with all this stuff. But let's just talk about the new mechanic by itself. Like, what do you guys feel about just the addition of this as a new mechanic in Tekken?
I don't know enough about it. It definitely feels like the power levels are uneven, right? Like the characters like Elisa, Dragunov, I would say Akuma as well. The ones with the running high, the ones you can loop over and over. Where they hit the wall, you can just keep doing it over and over. That has to be good, right? Claudio's running 2 as well. And then you have I think all the good ones are the ones on block and the ones that just, you can still pressure your opponent against, right? So the other one I think was really good is Yoshi's, obviously.
Yeah, I think Yoshi has the best one just because that
Yoshi's
unblockable.
busted right now because he literally gets damage off it.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely going to be a pretty big mechanic if you can utilize it well. And I think, obviously, that just means that in tournaments, we're going to see a lot of stage select and a lot of infinite stages in certain matchups.
I agree.
I mean, because you don't want to, especially if you're going up against any players where their wall
have an on-block one
move is so much better than yours.
Yeah.
Why fuck with it? Especially if they're going to be the one pressuring you, right? So, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I definitely think that something's going to be busted with it. I just feel like there's going to be something busted with it. Even that Yoshimitsu one, like, I don't think that's busted. I think it's cheap. But
it's only in max range. Your back is to be max range from the wall. Like, if you backdash all the way to the wall, you're safer.
I'm just worried that there's gonna be, some Lucky Chloe shenanigans that they found out, So
I'm excited for that kind of
Doom Danny did one on accident and he posted on Twitter.
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about. Yeah,
it's just like stuff like that. Up. When Tekken's being Tekken sometimes, and the cameraman took a little too much of this drink, a little bit, and you end up behind him.
You might be able to lab those situations.
Yeah, you might be able to recreate. Yeah, for sure.
In that situation, Doom Danny did the Cali roll while Gigas was tech rolling.
As if it was the wall combo, but luckily it missed the wall combo, so he teched and caught the last part of it on his side and still registered the wall crush.
So depending on the track and hitting during the tech roll, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it got him in that situation. So, like, there's with Tekken and walls, it's going to get weird, and depending on the move you have that puts him there, obviously, in that state, you need something that'll work in that situation too. So it's interesting to see what people come up with. But, like, overall, like, I feel like the mechanic is kind of whack. Like, in terms of, like, taking advantage of frame advantage with Law, Like there's not a lot I can do, you know, like that's very good. And a lot of the frame data for these things, as I was going through it, right, like you don't even get a guaranteed low attempt a lot of the time, unless it's a super whack low. Like some characters, like Elisa's, she gets her wall crush, and it's the perfect number of frames where you cannot low parry a down back 3 low after it. Like you have to block it.
But is that really a scary low? You know, it's still kind of
it's not even scary.
low.
But I'm saying that's the thing, right? Like even in that situation, you can not low parry, which makes it a little bit better, right? Like whereas in other situations where you have frame advantage, you could low parry that low. You see what I'm saying? So this new mechanic doesn't even guarantee you a low, even if it's not a scary low, depending on the character and whatever. So it's kind of like weird to me because if I felt like everyone got like their one biggest low guaranteed as an attempt, when I say biggest, I don't mean like a snake edge, obviously, like poke, then fine. But even still, I feel like the majority of the time in this mechanic, you're just going to stand there and you don't have to worry about getting hit by one low. So it's like a situation where you have to be close to death or something before it really scares you. Because otherwise you're just going to stand guard and like say whatever, you can try and hit with the mid.
I mean, I think that's the case for most characters in this game. It's just like some characters, they don't have good mix from standing. So it's just like, that's true. But it's just like, I think just the fact that you can low parry or not certain lows is not a big deal either. Because it's just like Jin's, for example, his while standing 3 is plus 19 with the wall crush, right? If he does down back 4, you could low parry because down back 4 is 20. But if he does down 4, it's 16 frames, you can't low parry it. But it's just like, doesn't mean that he can't go for an LLRK if he wanted to. He still can.
Sure.
But it's just like, now you can low parry it, but you might as well have just blocked it anyway. So I don't think that really helps out that much anyways in that scenario.
I feel like if that down back 4, though, was not low parryable, it makes the whole thing way better, right?
It would, a little bit, because you could use down back 4 without worrying about low parry, for sure.
Yeah, because then you have to also commit to the block.
Yeah, but then I think in a lot of instances, like those big lows that they do want to, use for a big mix-up, it's just like they're going to be launched anyways on blocks. So it's just like, it's just you don't get the low parry.
I'm saying like the down back 4 specifically, though, right? Like that's not a move that's going to launch you. It's just like a good chunk of damage where you want that wall crush so that you can go for your big chunk, your low, but it's not even a guaranteed damage because you can just get low parried, right? So the wall crush mechanic, it's like, this doesn't even really help me here because I can still get killed for this more so than usual.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
why is that bothering you, Ricky?
Because it's just a plus frame move. You don't have to think so deeply about it. Bro. You're really analyzing this shit. It's real deep, and it's just like it's plus 15. Just take your frames.
That's my point, though. But that's my
point. Your point
you
is
want
like
a free mix up that they can.
Plus frames.
I'm upset that the mechanic itself is just pretty generic and doesn't fucking actually do anything.
I agree.
I mean, what do you want it to do?
I think it's a little undercut.
I want you to at least give you something like a guaranteed low attempt that you cannot even low.
You want a free Dragon Tail attempt? That's what you want? Like,
not even a Dragon Tail. I'm saying like the same situation. Law doesn't get down.
Fucking play Steve if you want guard breaks, bro. Like you're trying to.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying the mechanic sucks.
I think
the mechanic sucks for your character and for your application of it.
No. For most characters, I think the mechanic sucks. For most characters.
So too.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure, I think so too.
That's what I'm saying, and I think it would be a better mechanic if it applied to more characters.
No.
No. All right, then the mechanic. Okay.
Realistically, I think it's just testing grounds for something that they might put in the next game, and it's just like, what else? Yeah, of course it is.
But I'm saying like, make it better.
I think it's very underwhelming. Like even Nee tweeted about it. It's like this shit doesn't do anything on Infinite Stage. Like what the fuck? It's just like this. Yeah, it's completely useless mechanic outside of walls, right? And it's just like some characters practically memes, like Ganryu, like King, like they're practically a meme. It's just like why did they even give it to this shit?
Ganryu's is not a meme.
It's okay, Ricky. It's okay, Ricky.
He can get up off the ground with his pride intact, but not get hit on the ground.
But yeah, overall, I do agree with a lot of the takes. It's just like even for Paul, right, where you can like apply a mix afterwards or something, right? Or even like for Lydia, for example, right? She gets Political Storm at the wall, gets the wall crushed, and then she could go for down back 3 or hop kick mix, right? It's like, yeah, that's great for her, but she still had to land the Political Storm to get there. It's move by move basis. It's going to differ from characters, like how they utilize it. And for the most part, a lot of characters don't have like super crazy mix from standing. like that. So it's just
that's the biggest issue, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, did you wanted this to be like a game changing mechanic? It sounds like something that like every character has to use in order for it to be useful. It has to be useful for every character. It has to be a game changing like mechanic we're gonna see in every single game.
I feel like I don't understand why you put a system mechanic in that doesn't change the game.
I mean, do you want to put a system mechanic in so late into the game that's going to change it up so dramatically?
It did change the game, though. It did change the game.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, I think it changed the game in a reasonable amount. You know, I don't want it, like, it sounds like you want it to do way more, and I don't think it needs to do that.
I think when I think about system mechanic that applied to everybody, it's like a wall bounce, right? Like, everyone, if they land this mechanic, they can all capitalize from it. This mechanic, it's like, even if you land it, like, your character might be super whack at it. You know what I mean? Like, wall bounce isn't like that because everyone can take advantage of the mechanic.
That's not true because not all wall bounces are created equal. Your wall bounce sucks.
No, I understand that.
Yeah,
I'm saying
that's also
it's
true.
the same exact application.
Same
exact application.
I agree there, yeah.
It's totally not because like I'm talking about land mechanic and actually using the mechanic afterward. Those are two separate things, right? So I'm saying like in this instance, both of mine are bad. Right, like I can't.
You're just a Tekken 7 law player.
We understand.
We understand.
I'm literally not even talking about my character. I'm talking about the majority of the cast.
Yeah, sure, but I'm telling you
after
that
you land the mechanic.
I think what Rip wants is everybody's like a Lydia mix up.
Be good.
A Lydia mix up after everybody's wall crush or something, you know, so they can.
I think that would make the mechanic make sense.
I know what you're saying. I get it. I get what you're saying.
I get that, but I also don't think that it needs to be like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little too volatile.
It's fine the way it is now.
It's a little too toxic if everybody gets 50-50 straight up because
I completely agree. Okay, and that's another part, right? I think if everyone did have that, I think it would suck.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely the reason why let me make the point really clear. Imagine if King actually had a good wall crush.
Right.
Imagine if his shove was his wall crush on block.
That shit is on a shitty move.
Right.
Because that would be fucked
Imagine
up,
if it was on regular shove, dude, on block.
So what I'm saying is, I think the mechanic sucks. Like, I think that it's not even a good idea. Like, I don't think the mechanic should be in the game.
Okay. No, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Your resolution of it was trash, but the initial opinion is fine.
The whole thing was connected.
No, your resolution to how to fix it was garbage.
Because I'm trying to fix it and I don't like it. You know, like,
exactly. You should have just said you don't like it and try not to let someone else fix it.
You can't fix it. The only way you fix it is by removing it. That's my opinion on it.
Don't fix anything anymore. Leave it alone. You're not allowed to touch anything anymore.
We're never getting another patch again. We're never getting another patch again. Rip's never going to release another one. IFIC is going
to... Did you delay the patch just to complain about it?
Damn.
You told me that's what
I knew what was coming. I was trying to delay the inevitable.
Follow the devs right now on your speed mode.
So I think it's pretty unanimous, right? I think, like, for the most part, we all think it's kind of whatever. It's not like the greatest thing in the world. Obviously, it's going to benefit more characters than the other. Like, the Yoshi one seems kind of fucked up, you know? It's like, free unblockable? What the fuck? How did they miss that? Like, this character has unblockables for days. Like,
they're always going to... Yeah.
So
it's probably they tested at not all ranges, right?
Yep. So yeah, maybe that was an oversight. You never know, but
Listen, I want to watch a Just Frame James Yoshi match because you know he's going to be with some of the dumbest shit.
He said he was already doing.
I think I'm going to pick up Yoshi.
I'm excited about that.
He's going to find a way to suicide with the wall crush.
Dog, that's going to be. That's pretty sick.
I'm gonna be pissed because it's gonna happen to me.
It's only gonna be Yoshi players eat into this patch. It's pretty nasty, dude.
Hey man, you know what? Give Yoshi, like, Yoshi players been struggling in Tekken, right? They've
eaten Soul Calibur. Our musician's been pretty good this game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's eating the scraps that Knee is leaving him in his trail of destruction.
I mean, that's Knee though. Like, anybody in Knee Shadow's gonna be like that.
Yeah. Everybody is playing online. You see Knee's name, they're like, "Fuck!" Like this guy,
Raven the 85. Here we go. Fuck me, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the losers. We talked about the wall crush. A couple of winners too. What do you guys think about the winners? Like Jack, Anna, Leo, Asuka. She just doubled her damage on 10 frame punishers that she's never had. That Asuka player's been asking for like 20 years. It's
really
like
going back to Asuka.
Damn, Return of E Machine. Let's go.
My Asuka was never that nice.
Ricky was in Asuka too. Yeah.
was dark times. There was no Beck or Ganryu in the game. I had to play somebody. That's how I became an Akuma player in Tekken 7.
And you know what's funny in the trailer? Every like balance adjustment thing, everything that changed into like a counter hit or a launcher was all that stuff in the trailer was the only things that there were in the game for this patch. Like Anna getting the hop kick after down forward 1-2, Miguel getting the counter hit up forward 3 from Savage, like all that stuff.
Anna string.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the string I was talking about. Getting the hop kick at the end of her string, down forward 1-2, 3. Yeah, it's just like, what do you guys think about those changes? Like everybody was thinking like, oh no, this patch is just going to be counter hit city. Everything's going to be turning into a counter hit. It didn't even turn out that way.
I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah.
I'm glad it didn't. I think everyone is tired of that. I think maybe they had more and they saw the feedback like, scrap those. Like, I don't know, man. I have no idea. But I think it's cool. Like, those aren't characters that we've seen do particularly well. I mean, Jack is kind of a weird one to be buffing still, I think. And then Anna, obviously, I think it's fine to buff her. Like, she didn't get huge buffs in this anyway. Like, it's fine. I don't really mind it one way or another. Who's the other character that got kind of buffed?
Leo.
Leo. Leo's an interesting one because Air Richie did well, obviously. And Leo got some good changes. Josie got some good changes. She needed some love, so that's pretty cool. Who else? Lay got a little bit changes.
Yeah. I think Lay, like,
Katarina too, yeah.
Yeah, Katarina, yeah.
Yeah, all the buffs are minor, right?
They're nothing
crazy. I think it's all good because
Chloe,
all the Gigas players are happy that the Rotten Tomato is just a little less rotten, etc. Everyone's happy that they're eating a little bit better.
The expiration date just got extended another week. Let's go.
I see, people talking about Kazumi getting Jack Squat. Like, I saw some
that's
other people
90 a lot of the characters. That's the majority. It's just like everybody just needs wall crush. That's
Eliza's the same. Right. She got nothing.
One change, wall crush. Give them a wall crush property move. That's it for most of the cast.
I think the thing that I think people aren't thinking about this, right? Like, obviously, there is something new coming. Get ready, right?
Oh shit!
So something new is coming. So do we think Kazumi's gonna be coming?
Fuck no, she did.
Exactly. So why the fuck would they give you Kazumi players anything to work with now? Like, here's some hope.
You guys had your time.
Because get ready, she gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would they do that?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I feel like they should just let you guys die off.
And here's the other thing. Kazumi getting no buffs is still a buff because all these other good characters got fucking wrecked, right? So it's like they're still Kazumi is viable still. You know, it's just like
agreed.
I mean, I saw Osan playing today. Or is it today? Yeah, he was playing.
Ulsan's gonna be making this comeback,
and he was using
Kazumi. He's gonna fuck everyone with Kazumi. Be like, it's not so hard, man. You just have to be in the army when the patches are bad, and then you come back when it's good. And Kazumi's good again. You guys are scrubs.
That's gonna be really funny. If that's actually what happens. Like,
yeah, for real.
He's like, nothing even changed. What are you guys complaining about the new characters for?
Man, Ulsan went to we all were like, man, Ulsan's going to the army at the worst time, dude. Like, Tekken World Tour is about to pick up and shit.
Yeah,
and then
he actually went at the best time.
He's like chilling.
Best time. He went at the best
there.
He lucked out like crazy. I'm happy for him though because he's one of my favorite players too.
Dude,
so
he's fucking to be able to see him play again, buff Ulsan. Well,
I'm very excited about
it. It's crazy.
Back too.
But yeah,
he was top 3 at TWT 2019 finals.
Yep, yeah, he was second place. He was right there.
I mean, the thing is, too, you can see, obviously, he's making a comeback, too, right? On Twitter and on Instagram a bunch.
Yeah. Yep.
He's tweeting at these people like, Kazumi's back, baby. And then everyone's like, nothing changed. He's like, that's the reason why she's back. You know, because that's how Ulsan looks at the game, man. He's very confident in his character and in his gameplay. So
yeah, he's
excited to see.
He's super dope. Super excited. Yeah, for sure. But man, overall, I think I don't think I got the final. What the hell was that?
Who's that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, that was right outside your building.
Quiet house, bitch.
Boom.
That
was crazy.
Go off like crazy.
That was insane.
Car alarms going off now.
Yeah, I hear them.
Nice.
Damn, that was crazy.
Like M80 or something. Geez.
Dude, I already lost what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I think for the most part, Wall Crush. For some characters, it was another way to like nerf them. For other characters, it's just like, let me just give you this bonus on regular hit. You still get to keep the counter hit properties. The other ones are like on block if they're high. So it's just like it's new stuff. It's new stuff for the most part. Yeah, I'm not personally. when I look at like your example with Law, right? Legend kick in the open. It just made legend kick in the open worse, even though it's like maybe more frames on block or whatnot. But it's just like I don't get the same pressure after on block because they got that new wall crush, push him away animation, you know? So
Laws is whack, but it's honestly not as whack as I thought it was gonna be. When I first tried it, I mean, like the thing that's good about Laws is if you do it manually, it's trash. But if you do it after like DSS 1, then it's a mix of like DSS forward 1 or legend kick, right? Yeah. So in that instance, it's funny because the game's new and everyone's like, he's gonna do legend kick from this, so they all duck, so DSS forward 1 hits him, right? So it's like we'll see how long that lasts. But it's because of that, it's better than I thought it would be. The part that bothers me about it, of course, is that the Rage Drive doesn't have it. Because it's like every other Legend Kick has it except the Rage Drive version of it now. So it's like, all right, Rage Drive still is trash. And
that's not a Legend
You're
Kick.
Trying to get...
Yeah, it's not.
It's a blue Legend Kick. I've never seen a Legend Kick turn blue.
Yeah. So it's kind of like how Lei is too. You have to work it in there to make it effective, right? Like going into Drunken Stance, you can't do it normally because it's like, why? Like, you know, it's not going to happen. But you got to like sneak it in with a sidestep 2-2 and go into drunk and see if they're going to push a button and it's going to crush the high, right? Or doing the low, think they're going to do it, go into a certain set 2-1 delay, wait for it. Is the 3+4 going to come out? No, it's the follow up
drunken now, and sometimes check with the new low or
exactly. So like that takes some timing, but you got to sneak in. You can't do it like raw, but I mean, Lei doesn't get anything on the wall anyway.
Some characters can. It's different case by case. Like Yoshi, he's just like he could be in kin stance whatever he wants. 2-2 kin stance, back 2 kin stance.
Can't he like walk forward to the kin stance?
And he can walk forward in kin stance. And forward 2 is a freaking sword that reaches hella far. And it's just it's wild, man. But
high or mid?
High.
Oh, thank God.
But it doesn't look high to me.
Yeah, it doesn't look high to me. I've never thought about ducking it because I've never really even thought about that move existing outside of combos. So now that it exists in like a useful way for Yoshi, because I played a Yoshi player, dude with the hoodie. That dude, he signs up ICFC every now and then. I played him in ranked as soon as the patch dropped, and I'm like, I want to see how my wall crush did. Didn't do shit. But he did his wall crush a shitload, and it did hella shit. Because every time I bounced off the wall, I was like, what the hell was that? Initial reaction is going to take a while to get used to too. Is that what the hell is that? Am I blocking? So I think a lot of people are going to freeze up and not know what the hell they're even looking at first until you get used to each and every character. It's like, oh, this is their wall bounce move or whatever. This is their wall crush. Except King, you'll never have to worry about his. Except for the memes, I guess.
The memes are great. It's so funny.
That clip of my stream has like over 1,000 views in like less than a day. I was like, damn, people really like these King buffs. That's what it's called. Oh man.
Yeah, I think my final verdict, I'm not a fan, but I'm interested to see how it pans out. I think that's
what. You talking about the mechanic or the whole patch?
The mechanic. Wall crush mechanic, yeah. I mean the patch for the most part, I'm just happy that fucking Rom, Leroy, Lydia, all them bitches got nerfed. I'm happy.
I'm very happy.
I'm not a main on those characters. I'm not that invested on them. Fuck them bitches.
Honestly, even as like Leroy's my secondary in this game, right? Like actual secondary, and I think there's some things that bother me with it, but I think the character feels very similar anyway. Like obviously back I don't have the whiff puncher, but I feel like I could swap that to down forward too. And then I've got back forward isn't a wall splat, like that one hurts, but I feel like I could swap that with forward 1+2.
Yep.
So it's like there are still things there. Like the stuff that was like gimmicky in the past, like forward 2-1-4 in a hermit, while standing 1-4 in a hermit, that being punishable now, like that part hurts more because I really like gimmicking people with those things, and I'm like, I guess I shouldn't have been able to gimmick them if I think about it like that, you know, like
out, man.
Yeah, so I'm saying like I don't actually feel like Leroy's that terrible. Like they didn't touch down 3-2, hell sweeps the same, you know, like so he still has all that.
Back 4 is still a long range homing attack.
A long range mid, you know, it's like so the character still feels very good still. You know, we'll see how the rest of it goes.
Yeah. I think so too. But other than that, anything else you guys want to say about the patch before we move on? We only got one last thing to talk about.
There's more?
There's one more. One little more.
Ricky's getting hangry, I can tell.
Angry.
It's a long one. I was
actually thinking about the next topic because we can't talk about it that much.
Wait, what is it?
It's the Tekken anime.
You brought up Leroy, and I wanted to talk about Leroy because obviously he's in the anime. And it's weird, right? Because he's not in you know, it's a Tekken 3 storyline. He wasn't in Tekken 3. I want to tell you guys why he's in the anime because I thought it was actually pretty interesting. And I think if you're a Tekken fan,
I thought it was cool too.
just for the
backstory.
backstory.
Like, look, we're not telling you guys spoilers about it, right?
Yeah, we're trying to keep it as spoiler free as possible.
Yeah,
we'll
be spoiler free here, but basically, I like that part too. I like that part too.
Whenever you guys watch a YouTube like review and it's like, this is the spoiler free video, it's like, yeah, man, I love the animations and blah blah blah. It's just like, how much can you really talk about without spoilers? But we're trying to give it to you without as much.
I'll tell you this, right? Like I thought as a Tekken fan, it's fun to see all the moves and everything, right? Like you can connect with seeing a lot of that.
I saw something in on Twitter. The reason why a lot of the fight scenes were so cool. You know who the battle directors were for the scenes?
Who?
Yamasa Nobi and Yamasa Yu.
Wow.
So the actual Tekken players kind of like,
choreographing the fights.
That's the reason why we're watching, right? We're yelling all these move names out because we know what these moves are. These are iconic moves that Tekken players themselves know, so they knew what moves would be the most iconic to show in an anime like that.
That's godlike, actually. Yeah.
That's very, very cool.
Dude, the anime dropped at midnight PST, and then, dude, we just flew through it, and I gotta say, I'll just say I really enjoyed myself. As a Tekken fan, it's just like I felt like they did a pretty good job for like people that actually played the games, know about the moves, and it's just like they really do a good fan service for that department.
I'm only on episode 2, so I'm enjoying it myself. So I can't wait.
You'll have fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably watch it after this shit. So.
It's definitely for Tekken fans. It's very short. They're 20-minute episodes. There's only 6 episodes, so it's 2 hours and you're done. And I'll say this: like I got my sister to watch it, and I was surprised. Actually, remembered like she's like, you're just like Tekken 3, right? And I was like, what? How do you even know that? I was shocked, and I was like, so what did you think about it? She's like, sucked. I was like, great. Like, because for her, she was saying like, it's like, how come it wasn't? Oh, yeah, I can't tell you that. But she's like, she was telling me like, this character's outfit's not right. Like Ling Xiao Yu, like the hair was too long. I was like, what the hell? Like, but I think if you're a Tekken fan, the Tekken 3 storyline kind of stuff in general lore, like it's pretty fun to watch. But also, if you're not a Tekken fan at all, you're just like, oh, it's just an anime. You're probably gonna be pretty confused. You're gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck this is happening. Why is this there? And who are these people just showing up randomly, etc.
And then like just to add a little bit, it's like it's Tekken 3, but we don't get like the full story just by playing the game. So it's just like you get your character endings at the end of 3, and you kind of piece the story a little bit by like that, right? But then the cool part about the anime, I think, is like they fill in the gaps, of course, because they have to put a show together, episodes together. So it's just like seeing the little extra storylines, the conversations, and all the interactions and stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if it's necessarily filling the gaps in for the old Tekken story, though.
It's not. Yeah, it's giving us new snippets that we've never seen before. It's just.
And I would assume those new snippets might have something to do with the new Tekken game. Just my assumptions here. Just because characters that are involved in that storyline weren't necessarily big players in Tekken 3 originally. So.
Are you saying the next Tekken is a Tekken 3 reboot?
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that the story in this anime, I think will have a pretty. I don't know if it's gonna be a strong correlation to if there's a new if the new Tekken is Tekken 8 or whatever. I don't know if the story's gonna be like so tied in, but let's just say, what the hell's Leroy doing in this anime?
If you guys seen the trailer, he was in the trailer.
That's the main thing, and that's my main clue to a new Tekken. That's it.
I thought it completely different. I thought that it was just there to like
explain why he's in Tekken 7.
Yeah, and and how he ended up there. That's what I got out of it.
I thought so too at first, but
and because I thought about before, like we were talking about like the new Tekken, if it's gonna be like after 7, if it would be like a reboot, or if people thought maybe after the Bloodlines anime, maybe we'd make a game based off the anime. But then that's actually interesting. Maybe it still could be because you could have the eye technically, even depending on the timeline
of course.
Of the anime anyway, etc. That could be possible.
Mm-hmm. The anime does get funky with the timeline too. It does. So some they take liberties with the story. Yeah, obviously the entire tournament.
It wasn't that crazy though. Like in terms of like staying loyal to like what the liberties they took. I personally liked what they did with it. It's like
I thought they did
little different, but they did good.
What is Paul? When did Paul get so smooth?
Yeah.
I mean, that was he was in a trailer when he heard I got the skills or some shit. I was just like, whoa, this ain't Paul.
I don't need luck. I've got the skills.
Tekken 3 Paul was like, oh, making all the weird noises and shit. Like, who is this guy?
Did someone say "Ora"?
Yeah, definitely a good time. If you guys are a Tekken fan, definitely check it out. I would definitely recommend it for like Tekken players out there. If you guys have played the games, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think with that, that's pretty much going to conclude our episode. We talked about a bunch of stuff. Yeah. What do you guys? Where's your follows at? Let's start with that before our bitch calling section. Whew. Who wants to go first?
Ricky, go ahead.
Twitter, Twitch, Ricksteezy, RICKST 3EZY. Make sure to follow. I'm like, yeah, just follow.
I was thinking about like
because I'm close to number milestones on I think both my Twitter and Twitch.
Nice.
And I just don't remember what the milestones are. So I'm like,
hit his milestones.
Yeah, follow. There's a milestone. I'll hit it and I'll forget about it.
Suiken.
Well, he already hit the asphalt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, keep on saying. All right, Rip, next. He's too busy laughing at his own joke.
You can follow it in the chat. TK Suiken on Twitter, Suiken User on Twitch, and Suiken User on Instagram.
Thanks, Rip. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You guys already know. Level Up Your Game on Twitch and YouTube. There's also a new YouTube channel, Reepal, REEPAL. Twitter is the same as that. Instagram, Level Up Your Game. I've been posting up a bunch of stuff from Thailand, Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
I went on a vacation out there. I still got more to post. I'm just busy. Very busy.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, yeah, just the name is MYK on everything. And I think I'm trying to start a YouTube channel too, but we'll see. Getting
thinking
close.
and start doing, man.
Yeah, stop thinking, start doing, bro.
Yeah.
Let's just say we're already doing, but I don't want to say too much. All right.
Sounds like you're not committed unless you tell me you're doing.
Well, yeah, you just say no. This
We'll
is the
see. You guys will see. You guys will see.
No. This is how you drop a trailer, dog. You drop a teaser trailer.
I don't have a trailer.
Look, this MYK experience.
Check out the trailer, dog. Just got it made.
This trailer. No. It's gotta be a trailer for your YouTube, man. That's how you announce it. That's how you make your big. Get ready.
Get ready,
You
dog.
should do your
Get
like
ready.
Oh, find an old picture of yourself. Find an old picture of yourself just doing some shit, and then it transfers to the new version of MYK.
And just get ready.
Dude, speaking of milestones too, like I just got to like 9,000 on Twitch, so thank you guys. That was pretty cool. So big shout out to you guys. But yeah, other than that, does anybody piss you off over the last couple of weeks or months? Any bitch callings you guys have kept in, like you guys want to say? Who wants to go first?
Man, it's been a while.
I know Rip has one.
Yeah, I have one too.
Rip definitely has one.
I legit don't have one. I am
kind of have
clean.
one, not really, but yeah, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on Twitter a lot the last 2 days.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's a good place to find a lot of people that you want to talk about.
Man, maybe we should save you for last.
Show me that pic. Can you show me that picture of that tournament you run on Wednesdays? Or can you not do that? You can't do that on here?
I thought you already had it set up.
Because it's a good one, man. Dude. I like that picture a lot.
Yeah. This is a solid one. You know, I mean,
it's a good edit too, man.
Look, all you got Intercontinental Club. Look, that I don't even care about that guy. That guy's cool to me. I'm like, whatever. Like, he made a mistake. He's not a big deal. I don't care about that guy. That was funny. But basically, for me, it was disclaimer. I am not a Namco employee now, nor have I ever been.
None of us are.
So I just want to say, fuck all y'all that came out and were like, man, Power Creep, where? And now we're still turning around and going, oh my god, they nerfed characters. Fuck y'all. Y'all, you cannot please. So yeah, just straight up, just get the fuck out of here. You know, that's all.
Damn.
I'm done.
He called basically everyone a bitch.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Everyone.
I feel offended. What did I do?
That's what you get for being in this line of sight.
Whoa. No, you're not crying about them nerfing people though, are you?
No, I'm freaking overjoyed.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there are people who were crying about the Power Creep and then are now crying about characters getting nerfed. I'm like,
I am laughing my ass off. Yeah. If you saw me going over the notes on my stream, every time I saw, because we didn't have the notes yet when when we first got the patch, right? And then we were just like figuring it out on ourselves. We had like an hour or two of discovery before the patch notes came out in English. And then when I saw Leroy's back 3 for the first time, I was dying, dude. So
I'm still laughing. Did you hear that evil laughing? Sound like the general, dude.
It's so good.
Oh man! Shit out of me. I thought I'd get my ass beat again.
What's up, son?
Well,
hey, who you pissed at?
I'm only.
I mean, yeah, you have someone to be pissed at.
Let it out, Mike. Let it out. Get it off your chest.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Unless they're holding it for you, but still, fuck that guy.
Please return it.
You know, to whoever fucking finds my stick or who has it right now.
Ooh.
Fuck you, bitch.
Damn.
I'm not being the nice guy right now.
God damn.
That's not
parental advisory.
I hope
that was from the heart.
You carry that stick to a local or fucking tournament, the handle comes off and lands on your fucking foot. Like, I hope you're walking one day with that stick, the cord comes off, wraps around your feet, and you fall down and eat shit. I hope you could be walking around and a bird just shits on your face. Yeah, no, okay, hold on, Mike. That's a little too far. But I do hope you eat the fattest dick. All right,
and choke on it too. All right. Damn.
I hope every time you go to McDonald's, the shake machine is always broken.
Damn, that's true. I hope they never have ice cream for your ass.
Man, that was sick though. That was a sick ass bitch calling because that sounded like the beginning of a diss track.
Dude, I was like, where's the parental advisory label, dude?
Oh Jesus!
Motherfucker, Dre, motherfucker. Bro, here comes my left blow.
Your character got nerfed.
Damn, dude. Damn.
Whoa.
You can't even use that stick. It's like
I hope you're a fucking fucking ramen, you fucking piece of shit. I mean, other than like one dumbass at EVO, I don't really have any other complaints, you know.
Oh, we already know about that guy.
Yeah, we already know. It's just like, dude, we're in person. I'm being nice to you. Why are you being so fucking awkward and weird, man? Just be cool. Just like turns around. It's like, who are you? And I'm like, bro, what's up, man? How's it going? And he's just like, who are you? I'm like, come on, dude. Quit being a fucking dumbass. I just walked away. And I'm just like, meeting up, catching back up with the homies. I haven't seen Shola in like 3 years. And it's just like, dude, what are you doing? Get the hell out of my face. But other than that, dumbass, I've been having a great time. So
Who is this dumbass?
You know.
I know. This one slips on some fucking ice.
Let's just leave it at that. They know who they are.
I feel like we will know after this show's over.
After the show's over, we're gonna find out. But
for sure,
you better keep these secrets, damn it. You better cut the stream off so we can find out who this guy is.
Ricky, hurry up, man! I gotta cut the stream.
You guys already. I'm done. You guys already know.
No, Ricky's the only one. Ricky's the only one. You can cuss out the floor, bro, like the asphalt, or whatever.
No, I said I have no beef. I am chilling, dog. Yeah. EVO was sick. I had a good time. I have no complaints whatsoever.
Other than that, everything was great. EVO was great, and I think that's gonna be our episode. Thank you guys.
Taught me a lesson. I have no beef with that with them.
Dude,
don't you ever run on me again.
Bro, they're always winning.
Yeah, EVO was dope.
I know my fights.
That taxi driver has the dash cam to everything.
That wasn't a taxi driver. It was
a taxi guy. Because I saw the look on his face. He couldn't stop laughing. I was like, yo, I was running to Ricky. I saw the guy pulling up extra slow.
Hey, turn off the stream already.
Dude, he pulled up and he looked and he was like, he kept looking.
It's
and I was like,
oh, everybody. We'll catch you next time. BOOMcast 47. We'll get to 51 day. Oh, peace out, everybody.
See me on your
I hope.